Wonderful that you're also coming out and supporting us. Do go and support the Patreon if you can. It is greatly appreciated. Do go and fill out the polls that Nemesis is posting up. It's very useful information for us to have from you, and it helps us to get correct information based on what you guys like, so we can make you guys see more of it. Which will help keep everyone happy.
Yeah, say there you go.
Also, if you don't wish to use Patreon or you wish to make a one-time donation, contact Muniz from the staff team. We do have a PayPal that we accept donations through there instead if you prefer. And also pinned in the general channel of the Discord is a comprehensive feedback form. So at the end of the night, whenever that may be for you, whether it be the end of EU, feel free to fill that out. It asks for in-game Discord feedback, bouncing feedback, all that kind of stuff. And it really helps us get the pulse of the event and what you all think.
Also want to say something. We're all here to have fun. There's multiple mission makers here, and they appreciate any feedback if it's constructive. If you got any issues with the mission that is game breaking, contact staff on Discord or TeamSpeak. If it's just like feedback to the mission, put it to your CL or ask the mission maker if they want any feedback from you. Don't say it in game, don't say it in dev cam, don't say it in a stupid way. It will get you kicked or banned.
Oof. Awesome. Right. Operation Whispering Steamroller. Who is our mission maker?
That'll be me.
Please, can we have our briefing?
Yeah, non-sequential uplink, blue for attack, in for defense. Any questions?
Blue for leadership. Any questions?
Is it non-sequential, yeah?
Non-sequential.
That's good.
So proud of you, Dennis. You come such a long way.
I got one thing, Dingo.
Yeah, go for it.
Hey, Specky, how you doing?
If I remember correctly, then though didn't we agree on giving the off-all weapons option for the green for
Carrier out there?
So many issues with it.
So you should all have AK-74s as opposed to AKMS, if I remember.
Yeah, it seems to be AK-74s. Does the light AT for Red 4 squad or indie squads have RPG-7s or sticks?
RPG-32. Oh, lad, on script, sorry.
Light AT?
Light AT should be sticks, yeah.
Okay. Because it says RPG-7, so...
I'm doing alright.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't...
I'm gonna jump up to casting couch here. Barb will join me in a second. First round's gonna begin in a hot moment. I gotta go through and write up the vehicles, but we do have a full server today, so 124 players. Then there will be a break in between the operations of the branches. Then we'll do NA. And then we should be good. No, it's not that type of casting couch, you silly, silly goober. They're still briefing down there. I'll change this on when the round actually begins and I finish the setup, but otherwise, we'll see how everything goes. Yeah, from the map, I mean, blue 4 standard spawn in an open area. Green 4 starts up here. One high area, one slightly fortified area, one open outback area. It should be a-okay. There's Barb joining me, and there's some invisible bodies flying in. Barb, how you doing?
I'm good, Liru. How are you?
All right, you are very loud. Thank you.
You also kind of did the same thing to me. You went, Barb, hi. So I went, Liru, hi.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be that loud, my friend.
That's okay. You usually are loud.
Okay.
Starting off great today, aren't we? Right off the top.
Right.
But yeah, nice long day of work. Got some work in. Found some neat stuff in my dad's workplace, and now I'm drinking cider. So all in all, a good day.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
I'm just bouncing through the spawns. I forgot to write down what each side had, so I'm just looking at it in chat and adjusting accordingly.
I think Blue 4 just has 3 Humvees that are apparently not armored, and then some transport trucks. Then I think Green 4 just has some statics.
Send in goats.
And again, I can tell we need to go live because my viewer count drops to half. I'm feeling good today, though, so it's not going to bother me that bad.
I mean, that puts me on the spot. Now I'm like, well, there's nothing I can do about that one, man, unless you want me to go die. Like, put the knife down.
I can suck more blood off of you when you're alive.
What?
Metaphorically, okay?
Just go leave the horny at the door today, please.
That wasn't anything horny that time. That was okay. Well,
no being horny in the casting couch. Last time that happened, videos were made, and now I can't delete them off the internet. Okay?
Where did you upload those to? You didn't tell me that you uploaded those.
Of course I didn't tell you. Why would I tell you? Switching the music. Let's see.
I don't like you. All right, so back to the.
Fuck's sake. All right.
We gotta get it.
All right. Well, how about let's, I'll slowly get us back on track. So, Banana Man, thanks for the resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, the PvP, the building streams, the Daisy, and I hope Barb isn't too horny for us today.
I'm too horny for myself some days.
Damn straight. Not just with you, but for myself as well. But that's besides the point. Blue 4, Standard, Marine, Marsoc, Equipment. Actually, it's not Marsoc, it's Woodland.
Marpat.
But, yeah, it's Marpat. That's what it is. I said Marsoc like an idiot.
Yes, Marine pattern.
But your standard 5.56, 249s, 240 Bravos. I'm looking for if there is a MAT team weapon on deployment with Charlie 2. It is with Master Sergeant Flood. And it is a Maz, which is to be expected. But your standard run-of-the-mill Blue 4 is usually the Woodland Marine camo here. So they've got 3 M2 Humvees, no armored protection on those M2s, though, so easy to snipe the gunners out. And then a large group of transport trucks to help them get through the terrain. Green 4, interesting change that was talked about before I started the stream officially, but they're no longer getting 7.62 base caliber weapons. Instead, they're being equipped with 5.45 for balancing concerns. So they have still the caliber advantage of having the PKMs with 7.62 as their machine gun weapons per the squad, but the PKP is still the squad, the weapon squad-based weapon on Charlie and Foxtrot compared to the 240 Bravo in whatchamacallit, Blue 4's arsenal. So otherwise, I am seeing, what is this type of body armor? It's the standard Cherno-Russian body armor here. So both sides have body armor, both sides have similar calibers. Green 4 has a slight machine gun advantage with the PKM at the squad level, but otherwise, it's just 3 HMGs versus 3 HMGs, offense versus defense. Blue 4 has the number advantage. So with these 3 terminal sites, we could see it go either way here, but let's have a look at these AOs. Barb, which AO do you want to start us off with?
I'll start us off at Terminal 1. It's closest to the Green 4 spawn. So
thanks for the 6-month resub as well.
First. They are able to
hope you keep
move
enjoying the ops. Hope stay safe from COVID.
In the safe start area.
Yada, yada.
But as for Terminal 1, you got a kind of a seaside kind of boathouse and cabin deal going on. Decent terrain. You have a big dip to the south that you could easily overwatch on and kind of use that as a natural barrier. Plenty of trees. Concern of mine would be the high.
Chaos, we'll talk about that after
this terminal, but overall not too bad. Some reinforcing HESCO barriers and trenches could really change this place around, but we'll see.
I don't know. I think AO1 out of all 3 of the AOs is the weakest one, but we'll talk about that when we get to the other AOs. But I completely agree. It's open, nice seaside area, so you know that Blue 4, the attacking faction, only can come from 3 directions, but it's just a lot of open ground to work with, which might not be the best call here. But otherwise, Terminal 2, I'll start with that. It's a little more fortified. You got some better perimeter walls here. It's more of a town with some gated off buildings here, but the what's it called? The lines of sight actually on the ground level are really, really tough to the north and to the south. So this one I feel like on the map looks like a good choice, but when you actually get over here, would you rather have this really close CQB style terrain, or would you have that far off openness that you have in Terminal 1? It's going to just be dependent on what the commander wants after he gets forces there, but I think he's going to deploy the forces and just, you know, stick with what he's got. But I think out of all the AOs, I'm going to take that back. Terminal 2 is actually a little worse than Terminal 1 just because of these really bad sight lines. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. The foliage around this area is incredibly dense.
It's full.
Like, in certain spots, it is
But
hard
later
to
rounds
see
might not
past
be.
This first line of trees, and some of the smaller ferns, or not ferns, but pines and just saplings. They really, at the ground level, they really obstruct these lines of sight. That, but before they can even really go anywhere.
I could see some Scandi Recon defense bullshit plays where they hide, let the enemies go past, and shoot them in the backs of the head.
Possibly.
Especially when they like to hide in the trees themselves. Though they got rid of that, but...
They try to get rid of that.
They tried, but they still find ways.
Life finds a way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm with you. This, if they want to commit to a CQB fight, they could really turn this into a meat grinder. Creaking open doors, lots of windows and doorways to shoot out of, but they would have to heavily commit to a defense of this sector if they wanted to be effective.
But grenades and explosives did get a buff a few weeks ago, so they're actually a little more effective. So with that in mind, if the enemy's able to get close enough to be in grenade range, that might not be the best idea. But let's turn our tables to Terminal 3, and this one, in my opinion, is the best one of them all. Like, I could easily see an all eggs in one basket defense strat just on Terminal 3, because you're on an open hill, there's plenty of room to fortify, though it is important to note that the border of the territory doesn't go all the way to the southern side, so they can't fortify this entire hill here, because they'll only be able to fortify within their territory itself. But still, this is one I would say that's worth defending, because you got this nice perimeter wall around, you've got room to make fortifications all around, but just to the outside, it's also, on the high ground, so you can see from any direction where targets come up. The only weakness I would say it has is the sheer drop-off to the west. I could easily see a force come in from the south, riding this ridge up, and then head up directly from the west and easily get up here. However, if that attack is caught early on, grenades literally thrown from the top could reach all the way down to the base of the hill before deading. But it's just a matter of, can Green Fort do proper recon and force defense for this type of objective? What are your thoughts?
I'm kind of torn on this one. We have a few bunkers kind of dotted around, kind of pillboxes. But if you actually go in them and try and look out the window, especially the one closest to the terminal, you're going to see nothing but treetops and then the sea. So these pillboxes are going to be, in my opinion, next to...
They're just for decor more than anything.
Or even like a hold-up thing. Like you sit in there and you watch the door and hope no one throws a grenade in the window kind of thing.
Yeah.
The warehouse is pretty empty. You have that ledge up there on above the little hut to kind of peer out of. But as far as overwatching this entire hilltop, I completely agree with you. But they would need to build up to these stone walls and that perimeter that you're talking about.
Yeah.
They have to build up to look over that, and that might be. I can't see that being effective, and effective means a defense.
Yeah.
I did see X-Ray pass up by here, but now they're going. I think
they're on their own direction, trying to get on a hill to the southeast to overwatch if Blue Fort comes up the eastern road. That's a good call in my opinion, but.
Yeah, I think we're going to see an all eggs in one basket accompanied with a kind of a forward like an active defense. But as I say that, I see 2 squads heading up to Terminal 3 and another one heading possibly towards Terminal 2, and no one at Terminal 1. So
yeah, I think we're going to see an all eggs in one basket in 3. I think you're going to be correct there.
Yeah, I think these guys are going to be coming through this valley. Actually, no. Now they're... Oh, sorry, no, that was a different one. Did they crash their trucks?
I think they made a wrong turn, and they're turning that truck around, or they're doing something right there. Regardless, I think the best strat for Green 4 in this case, we have the advantage of seeing them like live on the ground. They have to only judge it from the map. So from the map, I would say Terminal 3 is probably a good choice. Terminal 2 is a trap, but it looks good on the map itself. However, we have already done quite a few operations in Susari in FNF, so some people might remember that terrain and not to go over there. But I would say the best strat would be half and half, or 3/4, 2/3, 1/3, 2/3 on Terminal 3 and 1/3 on Terminal 1 as a fallback point. But Terminal 1 you fortify the hell out of. Or you do 2/3 of the fortifications on Terminal 3 and 1/3 on Terminal 1, and have Terminal 2 as just like a sacrifice piece. Or maybe put, one guy with an explosive trap there, because those explosive traps can get very, very useful. And we might actually see that with, we do have Foxtrot in the back line between Terminal 3 and 1, still close to Terminal 3 itself, but they might be setting up a line of defense to utilize this later. They also have the gun car in reserve, but the gun is pointing downwards, so I'm not sure if they broke it or something weird happened.
I think they might have just been pointing it down because it didn't look damaged otherwise, like the hole or anything. We do have on the south.
Fortifications are starting to be dug in Terminal 3. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. Over here on the southwest corner of the safe start, we do have Delta and Command over here. And we have Tessic building HESCO barriers over here just on this random side road. I guess that's maybe to act as a scarecrow for any Blue 4 forces coming up along the coast, going for Terminal 1. That's the only thing I can think of.
That's not really a good strat, in my opinion, because this leaves a lot of room. Yeah, like, you're banking on the fact that they're going to come this way, and that's not a guarantee. Granted, Susari, it is a bit of a bottleneck map. There's a very finite amount of ways Blue 4 can get to you, but the only thing I can think of is they know that west is a drop-off, so they're trying to set up forces to catch anything down there. But honestly, those forces would be better spent fortifying the actual objective. But I think there is a fallback plan from Terminal 3 to go to Terminal 1 based off of where all these forces are set up.
We do have Manfred.
I don't know.
I think Manfred is the engineer. He is checking out these pillboxes and, like you said, checking that western approach out.
Yeah.
We are seeing some, HESCO barriers, HESCO watchtower bunkers, that kind of thing. They actually got to be careful. If you look just south of the Terminal 3, they built a HESCO watchtower bunker thing, but they built it on a hill to the point where if you're inside at the first level, you can easily get your feet, I'd say even almost up to your hips, shot out
from that angle. So they will have to be careful on that regard.
They do have enhanced movement, so they could just hop over it from the HESCO wall, even the ground behind it. But that is something that some people may not realize, and that could lead to some people getting shot in the foot.
Yeah. Definitely.
He's gonna shoot them in their foot, but regardless, they are gonna be doing mainly here in Terminal 3. I'm just wondering now what these guys back here, this Foxtrot 2 group with the.
I think they're just in reserve to send the Dishka car after they find out where Blue 4's main attack is. They'll potentially try to send it around the attack wave to harass them on the back line, because more often than not, when the defending force is able to do something like that, they win. Just because they're able to divide the attacking force's attention and whittle them down to the point they get the numbers advantage taken away from the attacking force, and it goes into the defensive force. And by that point, it's very, very rare to see the attacking force still win once they've lost the numbers advantage.
And speaking of attention, I want to bring your attention back to this western road for Green 4, where, Zami, Emzikov, Blade, Dardis, they've all built this little...
I really don't like this. Yeah.
Me neither. Like, I seriously think that's what all that it's for, is for, scarecrowing any kind of blue force that's coming up along this far west coast. They're walking up along the beach or maybe inside the forest. They see those Heskos. They stop, and then they go check it out. So maybe it's just to buy time. Maybe they have someone watching over it as bait. But otherwise, I can't really entirely see the point.
Yeah. So Blue 4, though, it looks like a majority of the force is heading on the western flank. But that Scarecrow group... it's on a side SSR that's not even connected to any SSRs that Blue 4 could use, so they're really banking on them going on the coast for this one. So, I would only assume... Who do we have fighting here? It is Kami Slaughter versus on Blue 4
it's Bassbeard
versus Stanners.
He has the
he has the officer thing. Okay. Yeah, so Bassbeard versus Stanners. So Stanners has to be in Bassbeard's head then, thinking he's going to take that angle, because there's no other reason to put that fortification line there. But I digress. So 2 questions I got asked as we let Blue 4 deploy, and we'll talk about their movements in a hot moment. Is first off, if you want to join, I can't publicly advertise it because they're full, and they've asked me not to because they're still full. But usually by round 2 and 3, there's a few openings. So if you know someone, they can get you in. But I've been asked again not to advertise. So usually though, by round 2 and 3, especially by round 3, it's usually down to like 100 to 110. But with the other question, Barb, do you remember any rounds where it was just completely unfair from the get-go? Because I can think of one easily on the top of my head.
There's been a few, and they've been fewer and farther between as time goes on,
thankfully.
Yeah, thankfully, exactly. But
so I'll name one, and then you name one. The Shapur one, where the attacking faction started on the airfield, and it was literally all open ground. That was hell for the attacking faction. They literally had to walk outside of the map and then walk into the map just to score an area. But they didn't have enough time to maneuver. Yeah, because it was just all openness and 3 fortified areas from the get-go. So a lot of casualties for the attacking faction. Completely unfair. But, I mean, if you gave them like a 40% number advantage, then maybe. But go ahead.
Yeah, or even just some vehicles. But the one that comes to mind for me is the one, I think it was on UTES, whatever, where once it was at night. The attacking side had night vision.
Yeah.
The defending side didn't.
Yeah.
Shitty night vision, like Gen 2, like shitty binocular ones. But it was still night.
Oh, God. Yeah, that UT's invasion.
And
the defending faction had flares. No, it was based off of something that some YouTuber did. That's what a lot of people told me. But holy crap, in practice, no. That was horrible. That was the first unfair one that I recall. But
and to reply
Jesus
to someone
Christ.
in my chat whose name starts with a T and ends with an Arnfalk, you can do an unfair mission. Unfair missions can be very interesting and very refreshing. You just gotta make it unfair but balanced.
Which sounds like an oxymoron, but think of it this way. You can have an attacking faction have NVGs. It's just, there's, for example, a spotlight scope from a guy named Alias, who makes really great scripts in Arma. Give the defending faction a shit ton of spotlights, or ways to, like, see. Give them really OP flares from, like, the Vietnam era, and give the defenders the number advantage instead of the attackers. Like, really twist the ball there. But you know, you have to, if you give one side a really unfair thing, you have to usually balance it with numbers, or like something that's also kind of unfair to the, defending side or the opposing side. It's possible to do, but it's it can get very messy if you do it incorrectly. And we've seen it a few times done incorrectly here, and it can get very inappropriate. But back to the mission itself. First off, actually no, because someone asked. Barb is drinking cider. I am not drinking anything, but I could get some whiskey out. Meanwhile, X-Ray for Green Force starting to get engaged.
Yeah.
By the M2 Humvees that came up on the eastern flank. That was Scandi Recon's Humvees that spotted that X-Ray group, which is amazing. Considering that the 50 cals only have iron sights there, but you see Yanni and Lone Survivor out with binos, so they obviously were scouting for it, and then they coordinated with the Humvees firing, and that has made those Green 4 guys wave off. Something I will mention to plug OFCRA real quick. If you want to see some crazy action with vehicles, I do OFCRA on Thursdays. There was a dude with iron sights and a 50 cal doming people from over a click away in a 50 cal Humvee yesterday. It was absolutely amazing to see. Meanwhile,
I'm gonna bring up the obvious question, but goddamn, that's impressive.
yeah, no, like it was a great round yesterday, and we had over 200 people watching. It was fun. But otherwise, Blue 4, the western flank is starting to get engaged by Green 4 up on the central ridge. Green 4 opened up, and now they are taking a barrage of machine gun fire from what appears to be 2/3 of Blue 4's forces. So Blue 4 is doing a pincer strategy, 2/3 on the left flank, 1/3 on the right flank, but that defensive line Green 4 built parallel to Terminal 3 might actually be used, but it's definitely a scarecrow that you called out, Barbarian, because they're not actually crewing that spot, so that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, and it makes some sense if you get into that mindset of just trying to stretch out your force so as wide as they can.
I smile thanks to the Twitch Prime sub, my man.
Last count I saw for the players, Blue 4 had almost like 20 more players than Green 4, so they're trying to think out of the box and how to really defend these points. And I think this all legs in one basket in Terminal 3, the more that this fight is going on, you see the two big Blue 4 forces off to the west and off to the east. So even if they do get encircled and they have to fight off in all directions, a hill is where you want that to happen.
Mm-hmm. Independent does have a bit of an advantage right now, though. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, well, no, that was about it. But just like this is where they want to be, and because of like just how these movements are going, I think was it Stanners? Yeah, I think Stanners predicted this pretty well so far.
Independent has the advantage right now, though, because they're able to take on with their main force one of the two pincers, which does help even out the numbers. However, when Bassbeard for Blue 4 closes this pincer on Terminal 3, if he even decides to, that other pincer could be going for Terminal 2 instead, and we could just see a force split. But if he were to pincer Terminal 3, he would definitely be able to overpower this, because Stanners only has like 1/3 of his force on this terminal site. He's got the second third in between Terminal 3 and Terminal 1, and the final third between Foxtrot, Command, and X-Ray on the backline to the north. I guess just keeping them in reserve for now. But if Blue 4 were to press, they could easily overpower this sector. But just the eastern forces being a little slow because they saw X-Ray up there. So now they're going to treat this a little more cautiously.
And we do have our first couple of casualties. Lolo actually taking out Blue 4's Mat Team Gunner. And I think...
Nice. There's another dead guy next to him, too.
Yeah, I think that was the AT assist. Major Sergeant Flood and Staff Sergeant McSwagger are the two deaths over there. And Lolo got one of them. I don't know about the other. Let me check.
So even though we do have... Yeah, he got... the Mat team had another dead guy next to the Mat Gunner. But I will say Green 4, for being down 20%, has actually done a really good job using small teams to kind of stall Blue 4's force here. The Scarecrow idea, we got Galil and Lolo, two guys just holding a building. We're able to kill 2 people, and if they can kill a few more, they'll continue to whittle down that Blue 4 number advantage we talked about. But X-Ray being, like, not even engaging, but just being up there and getting engaged has slowed down the other half of the pincer here. And that's allowing Green 4 to get some more time in to get some licks in for these attacks. But we're also seeing Green 4 pull away from the southwestern side of that hill and instead get a little more defensive around the objective itself. I think that's a bit of a mistake, though, because they need to keep putting the pressure here to keep getting in those little hits, get those free kills in to, again, pull that number advantage away. And to Chili One, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub as well.
Scandy not pushing up. Now I don't want to say on their own because that's not fair to them.
Yeah.
But this is what I believe how Scandy should be played. You give them an objective and you let them off the leash.
Yeah.
Let them complete it how they want to complete it, and they'll get it done 9 times out of 10.
Well, there's a reason Scandy.
10,
yeah, there's a reason that Scandy is the most feared group in FNF. It's because they did the math on this. They get 11% of the kills out of all of the groups, which is over a dozen, that come into FNF. And that's that's crazy to think about. 11%, not a lot, but considering
That's
we
like
have
12
like
people per
yeah, 12 people getting like just that chunk of kills. It's like over 1,000 year to year.
Absolutely, and when you consider that most people don't get a single kill, and this group is getting 10 to 12 on average. I mean, we've seen higher, we've seen lower, but like they're crazy. And when I played with them, they were just drunken shitposts.
Yeah, I play with them too. They're memers. They're from TSB. We're all just a bunch of fucking memers.
I mean, they're Skady Recon. They embody that Finnish Sisu so much, where it's just company is all like just speaking in Finnish, drunk as hell, going through the forest, and they're making it work somehow, and it still just boggles my mind.
One thing I want to point out, by the way, Lolo and Galil are both PKM gunners. Actually, Galil has the PKM, Lolo has the PKP. And they're doing a guerrilla war here. They pulled out of that position. They've pulled into the bush, seeing that Blue 4 was favoring the coast. So they're going to try... This is probably a sacrifice play, because there's no way they'll be able to get out of this position without eliminating everyone. But they're banking on the fact that Blue 4 is going to keep going up this coast and get things done. Yep.
I think that the two of them being machine gunners or auto riflemen, whatever you want to call them, out here on this flank is kind of playing into that scarecrow idea of working this coastline, at least that baseline idea. The leader for Echo 1, Pierce, is up just a few hundred meters to Lolo and Galil's west, so he's able to keep an eye on the situation from a high up
Blue 4 firing on that position.
Able to relay to them, hey, you need to move here. These guys, Blue 4 is moving here. You need to counteract them here. So they are working this out very well. However, as I started to say, that the Blue 4 force over here has opened up on Pierce's position, along with RS Blade, who is the lead for Delta.
No, this is actually really interesting. So Bassbeard has put up, actually it's Sanders. Sorry, Sanders is green 4, but Bassbeard Oh, great. I am choking. Give me one moment. Woo.
Yeah, lots of fire coming out. I'm hearing a lot of 249.
Damn it.
Some rifles as well, but they are just suppressing the shit out of this forest like we saw Lolo and Galil did. Seeing some blood on the ground, but no corpses, at least not yet.
Just going through a skull count. You got Flood and Swagger, who are part of the Charlie 2 team for Blue 4 dead. I do not see... Wait, no, we do have a skull. It was Brooke that went down in the rocks. So far a 2-to-1 ratio there. He was just unluckily picked off. That's why Green 4 pulled back from that position, because they took that KIA. But Bassbeard, he is starting to push his forces up to where Green 4 X-Ray was, and I'm still waiting to see if he's going to then collapse these forces on the right flank, or if they're just going to go to Terminal 2. Sanders, in preparation for this, pulled his units from the southern coast. Not coast, excuse me, the southern ridge, and actually it's Alpha who's always been fortifying the east, but I'm trying to see, it was Charlie and Bravo up there, but they're now folding down to fight in the low ground with Echo and Delta to form a giant battle line right here. And then you have the Scarecrow position to make sure, just in case they don't get outflanked, that's there to slow them down so they can get on top of them. But you also still have Lolo and Galil as machine gunners watching the coast area to make sure that no one sneaks around. So it's a really good play for taking out the Western Blue 4 group here, but I'm really curious to see what the Eastern Blue 4 group does. They're playing it super cautious because they spotted X-Ray, but it looks like... It does really look like they're trying to set up to go to Terminal 3 and make a pincer here, but it could still be a bluff.
I think that second idea is more what they're thinking. I think that X-Ray being here was a bit of a speed bump, and now that recon...
Curie 117, thanks to Tier 1 sub. Hope you keep enjoying the ops.
Area,
hope you get a kick out of this.
They should be reporting back, hey, yeah, we don't see them, no sign of them here. I think the bigger factor for them being so delayed is this Western Blue 4 force being so pinned down. Like, they really haven't moved far from their vehicles. In fact, they're still by those transport trucks, still in those same positions. So I think that just because it's mainly because the guys on the west have been bogged down for so long, this eastern group has been just sitting with their thumbs up their asses, waiting for the order to move out, and it's not going to come anytime soon. And we are seeing now Alpha for Green Force shooting out to Scandy's position from the terminal. That
Yep,
could
they're
drop the
pulling back.
attention of Green Force X-Ray now, who are making their way back to their former position. So we
But
could
it
see
looks
some
like-
things unfold here.
It looks like Blue 4 is actually going to go for Terminal 2. So what we might end up seeing is Blue 4 is going to go take Terminal 2. Then we might see a team go for Terminal 1. Explosive Trap was just triggered on the southern side. I don't know why.
I think maybe they set a timer thinking the Blue 4 would be a lot more aggressive, but
Yeah.
this group from there is X-Ray, who is still like 200-300 meters.
Yeah, so X-Ray usually being the recon group, they are probably going to test that area to see if they can find a way for the main force to come up. But
Yeah, that was a weird call.
it might have just been a misplay. I could see
They
Blue
might
4
also been
taking
trying to
Terminal
destroy
2.
the Bellbox, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, those aren't destroyable, unfortunately, but I could see Blue 4 taking Terminal 2, going around for Terminal 1, and then trying to hit Terminal 3 from the northern side. But we're already 15 minutes, plus 15 minutes into the 50 minutes, so still a 35-minute session to go, but so far Green 4 has been doing a really good job making Blue 4 be extra cautious here, and I think we're going to see Green 4's X-Ray group come up and potentially utilize their SVD to potentially pick off a few guys that are part of Scandy Recon, but you still got to be careful because it is fucking Scandy Recon of all people.
See Jesse friendly wiggling up to the top of the hill to Alpha Green Force forces, so they've made that contact and now they're pushing around this side of the hill. More suppressing fire coming from that hilltop onto Scandy.
Yep, it's making them pull back. But I will say the Bino plays today have been really, really great. Scandy used Binos to find X-Ray's position. Now Alpha's using Binos to find Scandy's position.
Yeah, and I'm even like seeing GLs go out, getting pretty close too. I think it's well outside of the range by a couple hundred meters, but not the worst display I've seen so far. This is actually very interesting now, especially now that Jesse's coming around this side of the hill. I think he might, yeah, I seen that movement. I think he just spotted Scandy, so Baked Potato should be called up to start popping heads. As Yanni looks to be crippled as he's fallen back, although I'm not seeing blood on his legs. I think he's just going slow.
Yeah, if Baked Potato were to be pushed up, he might be able to get a shot out. I'm watching Nemesis, though. In my opinion, the best player in FNF these days, followed by T5 Bay, who I believe is on the other team. At least I thought I saw him on, because I thought I saw some other similar members with that type of designation. Nope, he is a Blue 4 medic in Bravo 2. So both overpowered players. There's X-Ray spotted by Yanni, and then Nemesis following suit with that automatic rifle. X-Ray just lost their chance to pick some shots off there.
Yeah, there are not a lot of casualties. I'm not seeing a lot of blood on the ground, but
See,
yeah, that definitely gives up their element of surprise.
the thing, though, is X-Ray, again, they don't have to get any KIAs in right now. They just have to be there to show Scandy that there are forces here. So if Scandy is able to PID the fact that they're, it's the same group harassing them, that might let them be a little more quick in the attacks here. But now we're starting to see Blue 4 push up a large group of forces to Terminal 2. They're going to get this one for free. I'm going to quickly check the building for any explosive traps, but I doubt we're going to see any.
On that note, I kind of want to rebuke that, your point about Green 4 X-Ray being there. Scandy knew that they were there beforehand when they shot them with the M2 Humvees. They were looking for their position.
Well, yeah, but they didn't...
Argue maybe they've been out of contact for so long they thought they had left the area, and now that they have a reminder that they're there, I can see the argument for that, but I don't entirely agree with
That's fair.
my opinion. And of course my opinion is better than your opinion, but hey.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, right. Okay. All right, Blue 4 is going to touch Terminal 2 at any second. Really, it's just making this Eastern group super cautious to help eat up the clock, because I'm willing to bet Green 4 is going to go for a clock play here. We do have Foxtrot 2 pulling back, potentially to be a blocking position between Terminal 1 and 2 here. Just, again, to stall. But what's also noteworthy is that Blue 4 X-Ray has come up to the southern side of this hill, and we might now see Blue 4 commit this push to the central area of the map and follow suit, knowing that this position is clear.
I'm watching this doing some like Hurt Locker EOD shit, checking behind the terminal, checking all the doorways, checking all the corners of the house, making sure that there's nothing here before he pops that terminal.
Yeah.
That's some pretty big brain plays. So I'm glad to see this almost like a meta developing in FNF regarding like satchel charges and objectives.
Knowing to check every corner before you touch it, because that might be the last thing you do, especially since they buffed explosive damage 2 weeks ago. There's the hack.
And there we go. And they still sprint out of there in case they missed one.
Mm-hmm.
That is hilarious. So yeah, like I said, I think they're going to get this one for free. Scandi is now acting like a buffer to the west of Terminal 2 for all the Blue forces there. And so yeah, they're going to be making their way up.
Time left is about 30 minutes of the round.
The Blue 4, again, still by their trucks. They're moving a bit more inland, at least from what the map is telling me, but
2.5 minutes will be at the
behind their trucks. If you look over by Tackleberry and Ash, they
4
are
minutes will be at the halfway point.
The trucks where they dismounted them, which is
Let's give them a warm welcome.
I'm gonna say confusing, because I'm not sure if now they're holding out for the Eastern Blue 4 group to get their stuff done and then make a move, but they're gonna. I mean, Green 4 Delta is now on the offensive.
Hold on, Blue 4 X-Ray potentially in trouble right here. They got Novix and Flux nearby, but no, Green 4 hasn't seen them yet. But there's a lot of Green 4 guys now going to the south, potentially to retake those positions. But we have a massive counterattack coming up.
Novix just spotted them. And Fisher got shot in the head.
Yep.
Lives. And Hassinger goes down. Fisher goes down.
All right, so that was...
The marksman is still alive.
He could still wake up. Fisher's on 3 kills, by the way.
Oh, really? Damn, so he is.
Yeah,
Two group for Green 4. Ooh.
Charlie 2 had a shit ton of casualties on this side. No, that was only X-Ray that pushed up there. Fisher wakes up, he gets knocked out.
Yeah, I saw Hassinger and Fisher pushing up on their own as a two-man team. Mildly concerning, but it looks like they got some work done.
Yeah, so they picked off all those guys.
Out and killed.
Yeah, so the 4 guys at Charlie 2 are because of that X-Ray group. I guess they came up and picked the 4 of them off, because Fisher had 3 kills and his assistant had 1 kill. So that's a good advantage to have, but now we're seeing Green 4 make this counterattack. I just saw a Green 4 guy pick off a Blue 4 guy, and again, it was the Moz gunner. He's dead over by buckets behind a tree to his southwest.
I was talking to Chet, but yeah, that was the squad leader for Charlie 2. He picked up the Moz, and yeah, got fucking domed from somewhere.
I understand why Green 4 is making this counterattack, but I think this is a bit of a mistake. Green 4 doesn't need to be attacking right now. They can stay defensive and keep doing what they need to, but they don't have to throw this force into this group. They can just continue to keep playing defense. It's a risk. It's a very big risk, and I don't think it's going to pay off.
Yeah, especially with, well, actually, no, Pierce is just an element lead. I thought
Lolo,
for a second.
Lolo just tried to go around the flank, but he ran into an entire group and got mowed the fuck down.
I think this is almost a mirror. Ooh, I saw Stray just get decked by a grenade. But I think this is a mirror of what we saw on the eastern side of this front, where we had Scandi pursuing X-Ray.
Yeah.
This is now Green 4 Delta pursuing this big
grenade got caught in a tree.
Pulled back again behind the trucks where they dismounted from. I think Green 4 was like, where the fuck did they go? Let's push in and try and like ascertain their location. And it turns out that they were hiding guerrilla style, and now they are very clearly paying the price for it with this Delta squad being, I'd say, at least down to half right now. With more on the way.
I don't know. Again, I think that's just a waste of manpower. I do love how we have a few Blue 4 guys using the little internal bunker area to get immediately to the western flank and get right under this ridge. They could potentially use that to outflank, but the real fear now is this large Blue 4 group coming to Terminal 3 from the north. And then you have a small detachment off of one Humvee going over to Terminal 1. This is going to start nullifying Green 4's ability to drain the clock if just a single team can go over and touch Terminal 1, because there's still 25 minutes left on the play here.
I'm gonna be real. I didn't know this place existed.
I didn't know either. I saw it a few minutes ago.
Yeah, I also love how Kami Slaughter and Joseph Stalin are in the same team. Like, not even the same side, but the same side.
I mean, hell, they're right next to each other with a dingo who probably ate a baby, right?
Shut up.
So Command with Foxtrot 2 for Green Fort, now trying to stop Scandi Recon within Echo 1 and Delta 2. But there is a lot of Blue 4 guys here. I could easily see a mini pincer maneuver coming on this position. I'm already seeing people in Green 4 getting picked off here through enfilading fire.
Way up to the north now, we are actually seeing...
I think I just saw Command.
In Command.
Yes, Sanders just ate the fucking with the bullet there. Nemesis now using his M249 and knocks out both of the guys with some assistance from Yanni there. Some more enfilading fire. And that gun car is pretty much toast.
Yeah, I think this is a bit of a misplay because they're so far removed from Terminal 3. They're going to get isolated.
Both Finns just got knocked out. They're not dead, though. And Alpha 1 trying to fire on the rear of Scandi Recon. Some shots going in on Nimia. She's trying to roll away, but you've got a few additional people from 700 Cadian coming up to try to contend with Alpha to put some relief on Scandi here. Nuzzy just got knocked out. Nimia's knocked out. Nave's getting in a one-on-one with Navy, but Navy was trying to backwalk while Naps was doing the cheeky left and right run to avoid bullets. That's a classic King of the Hill move you see. Meanwhile, looking on the far southern side, Green 4 is down to 4 dudes. And the overwhelming numbers of Blue 4 is just going to be able to push through. You got Galil in the back line on the coast in a wrecked building trying to fire some shots into Blue 4 as well. But I think Green 4 just got a little too aggressive here. And especially with the southern push of manpower. And I don't think they're going to be able to take this one. I could see Blue 4 just pincering the third objective, and since no one was defending Terminal 1 because they went for a true eggs in one basket approach, there's not going to be any delayed time to get from Terminal 1 there, so...
Yeah, so they're going to have to hold up here, and they do have...
Paladin just got
22 minutes now.
smited.
So, they could hold out, especially with Scandi being crippled as it is, but I think that they're going to get out of this pretty well intact, and then, yeah, it's not a lot of Green 4 defending this last terminal. I'm going to say, yeah, that push on the western side for Green 4, pushing south into Blue 4, Alpha, and Bravo, they really should have just stayed back and let Blue 4 come to them. I like their head.
Wow.
Like where their head was at. I'm assuming that they thought that they had the advantage. They can push in. They can, while they are shattered and trying to recover, perfect time to move in for the kill. But Blue 4 was one step ahead of them in this scenario.
I just watched a Blue 4 guy lose a fight one-on-one with a Green 4 guy. The issue was the Blue 4 guy had a 240 Bravo and was prone and looking at him, and the Green 4 guy just one-tapped him with his handgun. I don't know how you lose that fight, but crazy things you see in Friday Night Fights. Vonk is John Wick. Yeah, let's go with that. Never kill Vonk's dog, or else he will shoot you with a handgun. That is the moral of the story there. Green 4 still has 4 guys. As I say that, Green 4 now has 3 guys, but one's unconscious. Terminal 1 gets blown up, and Galil is unconscious there. No, I'm talking about the southern garrison now. But yeah, Vonk was the one that got the pistol kill on the 240 gunner.
I think he got dropped too over there.
Yeah. I don't see him anymore.
Yep, I'm pretty sure he got dropped. But we do have Green 4 X-Ray now coming on the back of Lusad, following that engine noise from the Humvee.
Yep.
Pretty closely, but not too closely. And it's going to lead them right to Scandi. So X-Ray for Green 4 still has a chance to cut the head off the snake, so to speak. Not the command head, but the strength head, I guess.
Blue 4, if they take the next 5 minutes to rally and then the next 15 minutes of pure combat, they could still easily take this objective. Kingdo is about to run into Scandi Recon. Yep. He's gonna shoot Finn in the face. Flanks Lone Survivor gets a beautiful double kill, but Nemesis gets a revenge kill.
I think that was number 4 for him, though. So, King, I guess...
This is round 1.
King Slayer there.
John Fonk.
Taking out Flying Finn. So it's going to just be Falcon.
That was a great flank, though.
Maps and Iander.
Legal Action just got picked off Hillary Clinton style by his own guy, Manford. Manford is now at
Flux tried to throw a satchel charge.
-1 kills.
Threw it way too short. You see that crater west of...
Yep.
he was
Good play
just
though,
right
but
at
those things only throw 5 meters, so
Yeah, they weigh like 8 pounds or something. You can't
yeah,
throw them super far.
they're meant to be if you're literally like on top of somebody or in a bush, you just throw that into the enemy squad and laugh.
Yeah, or just pop the trigger and then just run inside of them.
X-Ray now in the back line trying to pick off Falcon and Iander as they are trying to maneuver away. I don't see Nemesis anymore. Nemesis got picked off, probably by the X-Ray group. But Blue 4, they have, so they've completely wiped that southern offensive, and now they have a lot of groups to come in from the southwest. Green 4 just has to hold out for another 13 and a half minutes.
No.
No, 17 and a half because it's an additional 5. 13 and a half might be doable, but 17 and a half is going to be a little tough. I can still see it, but it's going to be really tough.
Now that we're seeing this Blue 4 force reorganize on the western side, they're going to be able to push up pretty soon.
This dual machine gun action, man.
If they still use their trucks, they might be quicker, but they can easily scale this wall. Or not wall, but the cliff, as they're seeing Combat Wombat in one of the Humvees do as they all dismount. So they will be... I think, 13 minutes, maybe. 17, not so much. I think that's going to be, honestly, the difference. We will see this go into the 15-minute warning, obviously, but we'll see how well these defenses hold up. I want to hold out because I like an underdog battle, but we do have some cheeky positions like 4AB's Jay Neal peeking out from between a sandbag that's floating and the top of a HESCO barrier with a peak.
Yeah, I saw that they had 2 machine gunners up there. It was Neil and someone else. Meanwhile, X-Ray, though, just got a rear shot on Zeb. He woke back up, though. He's taking fire again, gets shot in the ass, and he's dead. Ironically, he's by a flipped Humvee. But we also have Luso coming up on X-Ray's position. X-Ray not pulling any side security. And now you're going to see Luso get a kill on Aim at the Balls, knocking him out. That makes X-Ray look around. Luso putting some more shots to suppress. Grenade goes out, but that was a smoke grenade.
Lucky
now the frag.
Bounced off a tree.
Going right next to Jesse.
Ooh, rolls on top of it as well, but I've seen a lot of blood.
4 grenades. The grenade trifecta going on Luso there. A 4th grenade.
Luso throwing some back. That one's gonna go way off though. Luso's actually stepped up. He is hurting though. Wounds on all 4 limbs.
Bay Potato's about to flank Luso there with the marksman rifle. Knocks Luso out. So a 1-to-1 trade there. Not what Green 4 wants to be making, but it's better than nothing.
Way too long. We have Omega now in that Humvee. Probably if he turns left. No, he's going to keep going east, actually.
McCarthy and Jonathan on top of the objective area, and Green 4 has no idea. Because Green 4 doesn't have the numbers now to pull a proper perimeter. Though I think Stark heard them. And keyholes. McCarthy got some shots on Jonathan as well. Now I'm waiting to see someone poke their head out of this building and shoot Jonathan.
Warlords, wow.
Warlords whiffed it.
I didn't even see any shots come out from Warlords.
Yep.
Novix from around the other side.
Yep, and then Stark double tap McCarthy. So, 2-to-1 trade, not the best you want to make, but Blue 4 has the numbers to make it. Kami Slaughter getting caught out of position and shot in the ass.
Yeah, Flux with a 249 somehow gets him. Yeah, but Dingo and Joseph Stalin are completely unaware.
There goes his mic.
It seems. Flux coming up behind them. I think he just saw them as they were pushing in. But they're now, on the other side of these HESCOs. Kind of in a bit of a pocket, which isn't the best place to be.
Yep.
If Pierce and Quickie do a quick sweep, they'll be able to spot them quickly, but Flux definitely saw them. And I called it. He shot him from underneath that HESCO barrier.
Yep.
and he's looking for Stalin. Stalin looking the other way, gets caught out by Guy Fieri, but no one kills anyone, and then Flux comes up and seals the deal.
Joseph Stalin looks the other way, doesn't notice that Flux stole all of the bread and starved Stalin to death.
Well, I was gonna say, in a fit of irony, Stalin gets an ice pick to the back of the head, like he did to Trotsky.
Of course.
See, I actually know my political history, unlike you.
So Novix is dead. I was gonna say he has the marksman rifle from Blue 4 and is trying to use it, but no, he took a bullet to the face instead.
Yeah, they're actually holding out pretty well as that 15-minute timer has started, the 15-minute warning.
I don't see it. Blue 4 is right on top of Terminal 3. If Green 4, instead of doing that attack, just pulled those units back to hold Terminal 1, I think we'd see a different story.
You gotta play for time.
Yep.
In a disadvantage like this, and they had some great moves early on, stopping both flanks as they pushed up. Actually,
yep.
Real quick, Coda just dropped Omega and Iander. And
was Omega up there?
I can't.
No, Omega got dropped by Gorin. If you look to the southeast of that Humvee, you'll see a dead Green 4 guy behind a pipe. Nafs killed him, but that guy was able to kill Omega. And now you got Stark about to be breached on top of. Oh no, he walled off that side. A little cheeky.
Yeah, Omega and whoever else in that Humvee are both down. Try to wake back up, but can't. Actually, the driver looks to still be conscious, but I think that might just be an animation bug. More AT going out on this kill.
Yeah, it's a little short though.
Quickie is getting friendly fired, actually. No, sorry, that's Buckets. It's coming from the warehouse area, but no, that's Buckets on a great crossfire. Now
Spazbeard leading the charge, vaulting up to shoot Stark, but Stark, I guess, had the advantage there.
We are seeing Cheeseburger and a bunch of other Blue 4 people suppressed.
Thank you, Logan. Good job, son. I'm proud of you. So many grenades going on this compound. Coda and Guy Fieri getting knocked out. The Matt Gunner was also killed by grenades.
Stark now in a one-on-one with Swola.
Truck explosion wakes Guy Fieri up, which is interesting, but I guess that was his Flavortown truck, and he did not appreciate it.
Pulls out the RPG, but no, the grenade. He's still up, but he's definitely hurting after that. Second one should be coming in any second. There's the second one. Cooked it even a little bit. And Stark still alive from that. Very interesting.
Stark does not care about your grenades.
No,
2600 crossing around.
Suit.
He's going for the roof.
Yeah, 2600. Dodge Stark. Oh, this is getting worse and worse for Stark.
And Stark just bad naded. Thank God it was a smoke for him to hide. As another grenade goes in.
I don't think that's going to do anything to him. No, he goes down low prone, so he's trying to play dead. But that's just going to warrant a double tap of many of these Blue 4 guys, I can guarantee it.
Blue 4 just, it's a number advantage at this point. I don't see it. 11 and a half minutes, but Blue 4 is literally on top of this area. There's fucking X-rays still on the northwestern line.
Yeah, they've been really slow.
Oh my God.
Going around more so than heading back to the terminal, which with the time remaining, I don't know why.
Coda just had his feet get knocked out because of a low wall by Omega. And Coda didn't see him because he was too high up. Lucius now breaching in the building. Double tapping Stark even though he was playing dead. You just gotta make sure at that point.
You gotta make sure, you gotta do double taps, and that's why playing dead doesn't always work. They will come up and execute you. Pro Hunter and Omega going for the breach. Pro Hunter going in. Gets the other guy in there. Wuna returns fire. Unable to do anything effective. Pro Hunter takes out his block.
Wuna's just lagging the fuck out right there.
I think so too, yeah. So that was a great two-man breach by Pro Hunter and D Omega, and they're gonna get this terminal. And
I think that's it. Yeah.
And there's only X-Ray and Pierce. Pierce, Bravo squad lead.
Pierce meets Nafs. Nafs says hello. Pierce is dead.
Streamer.
End of story.
One blatant one in there. Nafs 6.
Yeah, Nafs is on a roll again. Members of Scandi Recon.
We have 6 for Nafs, 2 for Yanni, that's 8. Another 2 for Nemesis, that's 10. Falcon with 3, that's 13. Finn with another 1, that's 14. 14 kills from a single group.
That's a lot.
That's more than 1 or 2.
Buckets was on 5 kills, though, for Blue 4. That's crazy. Pro Hunter on 2 and a vehicle kill, which I think is the truck in the middle. 2600 on 2. Where is T5 Bay? He was on 1, but he died twice. Interesting enough.
30 seconds left. Matt, Coro, Bay Potato, and Jesse pushing in. Can they get to this terminal in time?
Bay Potato eats shit from Combat Wombat as Koro throws Fred away with a Vusto Ra, also throwing Omega away with bullets. 10 seconds remaining. Koro goes down. Jesse
getting wrapped around. Jesse, we gotta cook.
Lucius going prone.
Wow,
And Jesse surrounded. Terminal 3 hack complete. I'm willing to, not even seeing an Op 4 pop up there that they're all dead and GG.
What's not Op 4?
Well, yeah, Green 4, but all objectives hack. Blue 4 wins, and Blue 4 managed to eliminate all of Green 4 at the same time, so it's a double win.
I do like the doubles.
Both win conditions. And just look at the sheer amount of Blue 4 guys still alive. I really think if Green 4 did not throw those men away on the southwestern attack and instead pushed them to defend Terminal 1, we'd be seeing a different story. Green 4 would have still lost Terminal 3, but there would have been a squad-sized garrison at Terminal 1 forcing Blue 4 to split their forces, and then maybe we might have seen something different. Let's go back downstairs.
Yeah. All right.
Everyone for a fantastic first round. That was thoroughly enjoyable. Let's go ahead and start gathering our numbers ready for round 2. So 4IB.
Just to show you the team speak here.
Real quick, 1 second. What is the next map there?
It is. Wait, what?
It's Bukovina.
You know?
That's Short Boy's mission.
14.
Hey, one of Tao got just spot.
Gents, it should just be staff talking right now. Okay, right. 4IB. How many of you guys got?
13, I believe, maybe 14.
14 with one waiting for permissions in lobby.
14 then.
Zeus.
Oh gosh.
Counting.
Nem, can you jump up and sort permissions, please?
Already done.
Cheers.
12.
TK. TK, how many you got?
Oh fuck, Splish Talk. I believe we're at 7.
UPSC.
Aim at the balls you're hot making. Oh, fuck, sorry.
Again.
I mean again.
UPSC, how many have you got?
13.
Red Strike.
12.
PLH.
We should have about 10. It seems like some of them got their TeamSpeak messed up though, so they're still in game and they'll be fine.
Roger. 1RW.
We're sitting tidy at 7 or 8.
Scandy.
8, and I believe 1 is.
Alright, everyone's still streaming on the multi too. Excellent.
Okay, the RSV.
I'm going to go ahead and mute myself. I am just going to look through a few things real quick. I need to check something. Where is my alerts? Because I did throw a few things under the rug because I was busy with the co-casting. So real quick, Logan, again, thank you for the $1. Deacon Frost, thanks for the 5-month resub. Kire117, thanks for the tier 1 sub. The Chili One and I Smiles, thanks for the Twitch Prime subs. Danslander, thanks for the 6-month resub on Prime. And Banana Man, thank you again for the resub on tier 1. I hope you all keep enjoying the operations. I hope you stay safe among COVID. And I hope you get a kick out of this stream here. Whew, but yeah, this is... We're at 122 max right now, but there's 124 slots on the server. It's just reserved slots for some people, specifically the casting couch members. So if just in case we jump upstairs to get out of the crowd here. Be alert, TSP needs alerts. What does that mean, Auntie? But if you guys have any random questions about, because we're still at 124, they're going to sort 3 neutral teams, which should be interesting. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about FNF, please let me know. You know what? I will break the rule. Give me one moment. I'm not supposed to do this, but I will do it anyway because you are all such wonderful people. How to join FNF as a lone guy? You would join a group called Centaur, which it's not really you join the group, it's more so where you meet up. But there's a Centaur channel, and it's more of after all of the groups come in, because they RSVP slots. If you're in Centaur, you have a small chance of getting in the ops, but it's better if you join during the 2nd and 3rd rounds, because there's less competition for those operations. But let me find the Friday Night Fights Discord. All right, this will expire in 30 minutes. So if you want to look into that Discord and try to take part as a single player, there's the link. Good luck, have fun. And don't narc and say it was me. Wink. Alright, otherwise most of them are getting sorted. It's just going to be a 3-way neutral sector fight. Barb will be co-commentating with me again. It looks like the multi still has everyone streaming. Have I started drinking yet? No. I generally don't drink an FNF. Because in between the FNF rounds, I'm going to be editing some DayZ footage. I will be perfectly honest with you guys. I am debating if I want to make a mini-series. Like, what if... Like, just going off of, like, the whole Frankie 1080 on PC stuff, what if I were to make a scripted mini-series of just a trader on Namlask? And then maybe make something cure, I don't know. It would just be like an experiment with a few people. So, like, for the private TSB DayZ server, I, like, just shoot, like, a mini-series of trying to get items for Slushy, who is the neutral trader, that people want, but it's also in the environment of DayZ. So, you know, I might get shot on sight. I might get a few people to work with. But we also have a lot of cool custom areas and a lot of custom mods on there that add things such as mutants and bloodsuckers. So I think it would be really cool. And then I can, since I have a shit ton of items on there, I can also, you know, fake the footage just as Frankie did back in the day. So, you know, wink. I don't know. It would be an interesting idea. I'm looking at ways to diversify the content, but also have fun with all of this being a hobby again, because I started a part-time job on Monday. So who knows? But I'm, with that, like, I'm also debating putting up a follow-up video talking about just a few of the changes I wanted to make to the channel and how some of them will be done, some will be held off because of what I'm going to be doing with job stuff, because it was supposed to be a full-time position. They can only take me part-time, which means I only work 4 hours a day instead of 8, which means I don't have to make a lot of cutbacks on the actual streaming. So, you know, we might still have 3 uploads a day. Not every day, but, you know, on some days, at least, you know, keep the PvP slot alive. So, we'll see how things go. And then I also have a lot of raw footage of DayZ that I'm making into some highlight compilations. Might edit them, might not, if I can get it outsourced, because that won't go on Shenanigans. Shenanigans is actually front-logged for, like, a month, thank God. So it'll probably just go on the main channel as I start to re-abuse the YouTube algorithm with the main channel. So we'll have fun with that. But yeah, those posts on the fucking YouTube, those are quite abusive. So I'll probably do one every week. Wink. Let's go ahead and unmute and have a listen.
That is true. Thank you, Galil.
Lolo, go down.
Nazi, take the RPG, please.
Also,
Okay, you
the recon team. Minimum of 3.
Yep, Blue Force still needs one more in recon team.
Come on, no one wants to do recon.
Blue side, Voluntel.
Okay. Wah.
Short.
Alright, up 4.
okay? Up 4. You got a minute. Sideways. Sort out you guys.
Yeah, abuse the algorithm spiffing Brit style. Damn right.
All right.
Looks all good to me.
Okay. Independent. Hassinger. Sort out you guys.
All right. I need a 2 PO
Hornets,
lead.
they actually optimized it pretty well. I haven't seen any desync or lag in quite a few weeks.
If you don't mind, but there was just no slots up there. So do you care if we just join under platoon 1?
Staff, is that all right?
So it's a 40v40v41.
Huh?
Amazing.
Who is this?
They're asking for independent. There's not enough slots for.
We can just fill into slots.
Basically, they can't get the spots up in.
Yeah, don't jinx it, right?
First platoon, second platoon would not have very many slots, so there's about 5 guys in second platoon or 7 guys in second platoon that can be of use in first platoon.
You can do the same thing that Op4 is doing, have 2 MG teams in Foxtrot, and then have a second platoon lead. Mize is alone, so maybe he can do it, maybe someone else can do it.
Detroit server become human was great, yeah.
He doesn't mind where he
that
ends
was
up
an
with his
interesting
baby. He's
one.
currently kicking off, so he's AFK.
Paz has got it. Pat's got it. Thank you, Pads.
Yep. Just muzzle move down.
All right. Other than that,
We'll
I
be a
need
little fire support platoon.
I need a Alpha 2 team lead, and then I'm good.
We'll join on Lucius.
You don't need to worry with one
Baby
squad.
costs.
What?
Shush.
50,000.
Break. This is right. We're trying to do the slotting. Let's save stupid questions for later. Is there anything else needs to be done? Independent? Can an admin? Can you drag Muzz?
Firefighter.
Then Muzz, I'm good to go.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Well, Muzz can stay where he's at. Pads took platoon lead.
No, but he can't
Muzz
stay in a
can't
team
be
by
a
himself.
Gotcha.
Let's just be platoon medic.
Okay.
Just trying to find him.
He's right down the bottom of independent.
It's all good. We'll figure it out. We'll move up to Charlie. There's enough slots. It seems like
Full
we lost
name,
people.
the Almighty Muzz.
Unable to move him because my thing keeps resetting.
Click on the players list and move yourself up and scroll. It's only the scroll that it keeps resetting you there.
All right, where do you want him?
Put him platoon medic.
We just ended up moving. It's okay.
First platoon.
There's no one even in platoon 2 anymore. Is there?
Okay, right. Let's find him a slot.
It does sometimes take
Charlie
these guys a hot
Walker,
second to get sorted.
There you go.
Awesome. Cheers, mate. Right. That is everyone slotted and everyone in good shape. So let's go and get our briefing.
Hey, base bid. My dad said it cost 62,000.
Why?
I don't know. I guess that's relatively
That's
cheap.
where they got Dream from.
Don't worry, I'm.
Cut it. Cut it.
Kate, you're not Dream, let's be honest here.
Bosnia War II Electric Boogaloo.
Bosnia War II Electric Boogaloo. Jonathan. As we're loading in.
For the airfield. Oh dear.
Okay, Jonathan, can we have our brief?
Nice.
Was it? Oh, sure, but sorry.
It's just a quote from Jonathan.
Oh, okay.
Neutral sector control, 100 points wins. All three factions are the same distance away. All three factions have transport vehicles. Any questions?
I got something. All four marksmen got a box behind them with extra max because then it wouldn't be even done without it. Stroiber, I'm not sure if I checked if the alliance was set correctly, so I hope it is. We'll find out.
Independent's got a question.
From
capture time, is it 5 minutes after you capture you start gaining points, or is it instantly you start gaining points?
It's after the first after elements move into the first sector. We'll kick off the 5-minute timer.
Yeah, we have Nemesis does a lot of
capture.
FNF stuff.
Yes.
He doesn't really do T3 ops in TSB anymore. He just doesn't enjoy them.
Awesome. Any other questions? Lovely.
All right, they're about to start. Barb will be joining me shortly, and, well, we'll see how things go. If you guys got any questions, comments, concerns, we'll address them after looking at the AOs and the factions. And let's see how this round goes. All right, Barb, where do you want to start? AOs or factions?
We can probably guess what the factions are, so let's start with the AOs.
All right, let's look at Alpha. Alpha is the center of the fucking airfield. It has the fire station. Oh no, it's actually past that. It is the little utility area just north of the fire station. It has one of the ATC buildings tied to it, and I mean, actually no, this is just a barracks building with a mess. The ATC building is more to the south one.
That in so hard. I'm so glad you caught that. I love it.
Okay, cool. It's got a central tower, which is just a death trap, place to store vehicles. Not a lot of cover. Well, no, I take that back. A little bit of cover to work with, but it can easily be outflanked. But really, this sector, the best way to hold it would be that barracks building. Maybe some of the smaller buildings as well, but there's no way to fortify these areas. So I'd say barracks building would be the best bet. Maybe some Scandi recon shenanigans on that northern edge where those trees are. But that'd be a good spot. What are your thoughts on Alpha?
I mean, you covered pretty much it all. I think the barracks building is going to be the bigger point of contention than this courtyard.
Background music is Beast Battle from Homeworld Cataclysm.
The barracks building you can see to the west, to the north, to the east, and from the first floor you can see out to the south, and obviously watch the doors. I think that's going to be the primo spot for Alpha as far as defending. I hope, I pray that no one goes on the tower in the center of Alpha.
Yep, second round, Harry.
There's really no telling.
I could see the defending faction here take the fire station and the barracks building around the sector and using those to kind of overwatch everything, but the side perimeter wall can allow for people to sneak up on it because there's not really any good means to overwatch it with the exception of the gaps in the wall that maybe the fire station will catch. So I think it's a good AO, though, overall. You want to look to Bravo?
Absolutely.
All right, Bravo is a small military base just right here. That's it. It's got a good perimeter, though. It's another barracks inside of it. Some smaller barracks buildings as well that people can hide in, but those small windows can be shot out and grenades can be thrown in, so that needs to be addressed. But definitely a lot of ways for these buildings to be utilized effectively. Also some shrubbery and some trees, but a little harder to hide in because some of these shrubs are a little too tall off the ground to effectively hide in themselves. But there's still a good amount of pine trees to potentially hide in.
Mm-hmm. Good old Daisy Turner style.
Yeah.
Very possible. But yeah, like with Alpha, similar kind of structure. I think the barracks building is again going to be the main focal point of any kind of defense of this area. Yeah, not much to really say. I mean, they do have transport, so all sides have transport. So if they want to make some new holes in the wall, they can. There are plenty for them to work with already, as far as this perimeter. But if they want to make more, then they do have that ability as well. Let's go to Charlie.
Yeah, let's go to Charlie. Charlie, I've seen this AO before. It's just a bunch of
I think what this is, like, because, okay, so this map suffix is boot camp. I think this is a training area.
Yeah.
In Arma 2 that's like almost like an obstacle course.
Yep.
It's a little strange, you know, with the bunkers kind of facing inwards and that kind of thing, but for the most part, yeah, it is just scaffolding and very tight CQB, which we saw this before on, I think it was a terminal mission, like a month or two ago.
Yeah,
it was either
the attacking force was able to get like right on top of this spot. I think it was Sector.
Yeah.
But you're right. I don't remember either. Just get right on top because of the limited sight lines from the forests, and then there was some nasty CQC in here. So I think Op 4 is gonna have a little bit of a tough time defending this AO if it is attacked from a Blue 4 or Green 4, but that also pushes Op 4 to be more aggressive in trying to hit the other sectors. I think Op 4 gets shafted overall, though, because look at the forested areas between both AOs. I would say it's Blue 4 has the best advantage because there's just massive open area around their AOs themselves, around their defensive AO, and then they can use trucks to try to flank around and get on the northern side to potentially take Green 4s. But honestly, the forests around Op 4's AOs offer the best amount of cover to deploy units from. So I think Op 4 is going to get shafted the most here.
Yeah, they do have probably the tightest perimeter. Still has some gaps.
That is an IED course, good God.
Op 4's area of Charlie. He does some terrain that doesn't work against that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think the Red 4 will be able to hide inside of Charlie if they so desired and almost draw them in. I could see that working out pretty nicely for them. But otherwise, yeah, this forest, even though it's pretty thin relatively around certain parts, the fact that it's there it just means that these people are going to have to be constantly, even if they control this area, they're going to keep their head on a swivel to make sure they don't get shot in the side of the head.
Yep. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Regardless, you want to look at factions?
Yeah, sure. Sorry.
All right. Start with Blue 4. Blue 4, easy enough. Shit ton of transport trucks, 1 quad bike and 1 Humvee. Blue 4 is your standard marine woodland group. So 5.56, 249s, 240s, LAWs, the Maz, if it's going to even be fielded, and a Mark 11 for the marksman rifle. Which actually, no, it is going to be a Mark 14.
Oh, the Scar?
No, fuck. Yeah.
M14.
M14. My bad.
No, I think in vanilla it's called Mark 14, so you get
it. So I think all of the marksmen have M14s. Because let me look at Op 4 here. Op 4 is actually... Are they also 5.56?
Yeah, this is the M21. This is 5.56. These are the Serbian armed forces from RHS. So, yeah, 5.56, almost like a Galil. 5.56 mag, that's incompatible with M4.
They get an SVD, though, so...
Okay, I think actually, I want to say that Dryden's M14, that might be the contact one, which can only take a 10-rounder. But I'm
Interesting enough, though, the machine gunners for Op 4 get the M84. I doubt they have the 250 round boxes though. They're instead using the PKM boxes, but interesting. Also, 2 of them just got run over in Op 4, which was pretty cute. But they're set to invincible when they're in their own safe zone. So
yeah, not the vehicles.
It's pretty
though,
funny.
Which is fun. You said the M84s?
Yes, are on Op 4 as the machine gun weapon. For the auto rifleman, it's 249s, but machine gunner is M84s.
Yeah, which is, I think it's a licensed PKM. I think it's pretty much the same thing. So it'll have, I want to say 100 round boxes.
Yeah, no, it'll use the same ammo as the PKM, but it can also use a 250 round box that only the M84 can use for some reason. And then, oh god, Green 4 gets shafted with the Croatian rifle.
Oh, the Russian body armor with
Croatian rifles.
No, not Croatian, Czech.
Are these the Czech ones? Oh no, you're right. Yeah, no, the Croatian. Yeah. So it's
okay.
5.56 mirror match.
Mistakes.
The body armor is all configured with the special FNF mod to have the same armor values. As long as you have something that has a chest plate, it has the same amount of armor as anything else. You got 249s as it actually might be a mini-me, but either way, 5.56 200 round magazine auto rifle for that. What's the Charlie 2 weapon? Why are you saying that?
Oh, that's exactly what I was looking at.
They got the FN Halo. Ooh.
No, Iander, he's blue 4. He has an RPG 7 with a scope.
Lamau.
Oh god, that hurts my soul. Oh, I thought the Czech rifles with the Russian body armor was bad, but no, just blue 4 with an RPG 7. Oh god.
There are blue 4 factions with RPGs, Barb. You can stop orgasming over the net over it.
No, I'm not orgasming over the net. I'm in pain. I'm in pain. Someone kicked me in the balls once I saw that. Also, they're wearing Marpat.
X-Ray just ran over their team leader and is now driving away because they stole the quad bike. For balance. Balance. Though I will say, I think out of all the factions, Green 4 has the straight shot with the SSR 2 Alpha. Blue 4 has to drive through a town, and then Green 4 has to drive through a forest. So I would say Green 4 is going to get ZAO first and start that 5-minute timer down before the sector starts scoring points. The reason that 5-minute timer exists is to help prevent people from rushing in and taking sectors and getting points instantly. Because more often than not in FNF, before they made that change, whoever got into the AO first won. Unless Adriano was here, in which case whoever had Adriano would win because of the Adriano incident, quote unquote.
At this point, I have not seen any source footage.
I'm
convinced that it's a myth. I'm convinced that it never happened. They're gaslighting me about this whole thing occurring.
Yeah, even though I have a highlight of him for 25 minutes just murdering 23 people as a single Terminator and winning the objective.
Doctored. Fake news.
Fake news. I getcha. All right, Trump, calm down. But anyway, looks like all teams are starting to get mounted up here and ready to go in. Yeah, but you are orange. And we'll just have to see how the operations go. So I'm going to quickly look over my chat, see if there's any questions that were asked. And I saw something about potentially making another IED course. I mean, we'll see. If I have some time this weekend, I might give it some thought.
Chaos asks, if Barb's in pain when he orgasms, he might want to see a doctor. That's not a question, but that is true.
Yeah, you probably do want to see a doctor for that. But, okay, someone asked about the Adriano incident. Basically, Adriano from, yeah, funny. He's going to be a male nurse, and he's going to still, never mind. Anyway, the Adriano incident was a neutral 3-way sector fight where Adriano was on Blue 4. Blue 4 got completely fucked over, but then Adriano, using his TSB training, was able to get 23 kills and win as the last surviving Blue 4 member, literally murdering Independence main force and then murdering Op 4's main force and winning. It was a ridiculous thing that happened. A lot of people thought he was cheating, but he systematically did everything as a single guy and almost got killed by the last Op 4 guy. But he literally breached into every building, figured out that Op 4 was in the last possible building in that sector, and then breached it properly. And yeah, I don't have a link to it. I could I can see if I can dig it up real quick, but...
Yeah, you got 2 minutes.
It was something to watch.
Big fist.
What?
Ardanian says, Liru in nurse outfit and Barb in maid costume is the mental image you never needed.
Here, I found it. Officially...
Sure, just ignore me.
I am. Yanni just spoke to me saying he broke Arma. Can you find where Yanni is real quick?
Oh, sure.
But so officially, according to the thumbnail, he was gifted 18 kills, but if you actually look back and count the amount of kills he got from downing people as well, he got up to 23, which is the FNF record.
Mm-hmm. Yanni is in the back of one of the Blue 4 trucks. He seems perfectly fine to me.
All right, I don't know how they broke it then. That might have been an old poke, but oh well. We were too busy reminiscing Audrey Hotto, so...
Well, you were. I was...
By the way,
I was doubting his existence, but...
Of course you were. You deny her. But anyway, Barb, after this stream, I'm going to get you / Abraham and Audrey in a group channel. We're going to talk about checkpoint RP stuff for Thursday.
Hell yes. I will get my calls to prayer ready for the soundboard.
Of course. We have for Paw Patrol, I ran a poll with them, and a lot of people in there want to do a checkpoint RP, so I'm going to bring in a few actors from my community that I trust, that I know have role-playing experience and won't abuse their powers or meta, and we're going to do like an hour, 45-minute long checkpoint RP for the next Paw Patrol mission, so that should be pretty interesting.
RP experience really translates over, though.
Shut up. I could say something right now, but it would probably get me Twitch banned. Here, I'm gonna mute my mic. I'm gonna mute my mic.
Malin, the original RP dude. Ooh.
Okay, so I was gonna ask the four of you if there was anyone else, because I was also thinking about Malin as well. But I still am getting the full paperwork down of how many people I can bring. But I'm gonna mute my mic real quick. Op started, by the way, but
sure, I will.
Actually, no, I'm not. I'll say it when I mute. If I remember the joke, I'll tell you after the op, okay? Because it's really fucking bad, but.
Okay, you can message it to me right now. I'll go over the opening movements, and you can just message it to me on TeamSpeak real quick, or Discord.
Okay. Well, nah. Let's just.
Initial.
I mean, everyone's rushing. Rush.
Everyone is rushing. We have
rushing.
And Red 4's ATVs moving to their respective points. However, for Green 4, we have a Big Force moving to their point, but we also have Charlie 2 in a truck moving across to the other side of it and creating a buffer almost immediately.
4 gets in Charlie first. Interesting.
Blue 4 is trying to get there to their point. They are now inside of it, and Green 4 is in Alpha, so we are at a deadlock as it stands. Off to the west, we have Blue 4 X-Ray off in the forest in their Humvee, going to be looking for shots across the airfield onto Alpha. We have a Green 4 group off to their northwest, who will be quick to react to that. As for Red 4, they're all still just kind of dogpiling into Charlie. No real movements there as of yet. Blue 4 is actually dismounted south of Bravo and are moving into the point on foot. They should be capturing it any second now.
Yep.
Along with the rest.
All factions are in their defensive groups. Green 4 getting it first. Points will be awarded in 5 minutes, as the pop-up says. I'm surprised, because I thought Op 4 got in first to start the countdown, but guess I was wrong.
I think Green 4 got more people in it before Red 4
D5
did.
Bay.
There goes Red 4 for Charlie, and there goes Blue 4 for Bravo. That's nice. Blue 4 for Bravo. That makes it easy. Otherwise, yeah, we now have a small force from Bravo looking eastwards towards Charlie. A vehicle with T5 Bay in it, looking to make.
I need to go make myself some coffee. Hot damn.
And Green 4 is just kind of vibing. We do have a movement from them pushing out east and to the south, checking all these hangars, although at this point they don't really need to check anything. They can just start setting up, but I think they just don't want to get too far stretched out like we saw in the first mission.
So I'll be curious to see what side makes what attack. I know we do have Blue 4 X-Ray doing some overwatch on Green 4's alpha position. Green 4 appears to be playing this very defensive, but we might see a push out through the forested areas to go take Op 4's Charlie. And Op 4 Charlie hasn't invested yet in putting units out on any wide elaborate flanks. They're purely playing this defensive. Now, because of the 5-minute timer and all three groups have a single sector, it is quite possible that it could go into a 3-way draw. But this is going to be a very long round if it does.
Yes. With that taking up, they get 1 point every few seconds. That will take a long time. But Green 4 now opening up onto Bravo.
Garrison's on the fire station. Just trying to shoot at some Blue 4 guys passing as Blue 4 is running guys up the wall and fence area.
X-ray for Blue 4 should be a
some hits, but no casualties.
We do have Short Boy, a great keyhole. This is his mission, actually. He's in charge of Blue 4 X-ray. He's got a great keyhole looking onto Alpha through the forest. That was a rocket.
It was a Maz rocket.
Yeah, landing right inside Bravo. Rocket coming out, I think, from Iander, landing just short of the ATC tower. I guess he thinks that, yeah, shots are going out towards that and not the fire station. Return suppressing fire coming in from the flanks. Red 4 is starting to peek out, but they are very adamant.
Quad bikes on the move for X-Ray. I think they're going to go for an elaborate northeastern push and then try to potentially hit Green 4 sector from the northeast, but we'll have to see where those bikes go. Bike buggy rush. Elaborate GL fire from Blue 4. It's going to land just short, though. There's the explosion, landing right on the ATC tower. Another one coming in. It was readjusted. I think, again, it's going to fall short because that guy is on his maximum range.
Yeah, from Alpha to that ATC is, probably about 300-400 meters, which would be that max aiming distance, or, accurate range. Maz Gunner looking back again. G-Legs. That thing can reach out to it well over a click, so he's gonna, as we saw already, he should have some very accurate fire.
Blue 4 marksman in a tower to the west.
Oh, he got one
with that Mark 14. He has a DMS scope on it, firing on some guys on the tower there. Doesn't net any kills. There is an unconscious Green 4 guy, though, by a truck, and the truck is damaged, so potentially some AT went out on it.
He does have to see those guys on top of the fire station. He pulls out his binocs in accurate range now, but yeah, he can easily see that movement. I just don't think he wants to give away his position quite yet. That one guy on his own, though, that is RS Blade, who was Bravo 2.
Daisy was a mod for Armor 2.
Team lead, so a good kill, if that, or a good snipe, I should say, if that was the Blue 4 marksman.
I think the most important role of this operation is going to be the marksman roles, because they're the ones that can utilize this range advantage between the AOs and effectively get some headshots in. Also, something to point out, no one's tried to challenge Op 4 yet. It's been more so Blue 4 and Green 4 kind of skirmishing. So Op 4 might be able to use this to their advantage, because if Blue 4 tries to make an attack on Green 4 and both sides get weakened, we might see Op 4 just send a force and be able to push everything. Because if you let two enemies fight while you have a full force, I mean, you
let
just
them
clean them both up. Yeah.
Let them fight. We do have Red 4 X-Ray. There are the points now starting to be tallied, and it's going to be even as long as each team controls one sector. Red 4 X-Ray is moving out using their quad bikes in the forest just southeast of this main Green 4 force. But yeah, Blue 4 and Green 4 have been able to fight over the open airfield because they have pretty direct eyes on each other. Green 4 and Red 4, and as well as Blue 4 and Red 4, have forest and terrain blocking a direct line of sight. So that's why there hasn't been any contact between them yet, but Op 4 is moving out on foot. Stanner is leading the charge around this exterior perimeter of the airfield itself. They should be able to get pretty damn close, so we could see an encounter from a counter push from Blue 4 Alpha, who are starting to move out in that same kind of area.
I think Blue 4 has been attempting to try to RPG the Green 4 Vix. Looks like Blade was found as being meted up by Stenley. We do have SL Dream, though, dead in the barracks building. No, that was the wrong guy. SL Dream was on top of a Hainer, and I bet he was picked off by Blue 4's marksman. I'm going to quickly find him. But... Yep, Dryden picked him off. So sometimes being in the open is not the best play there.
Ander takes out the big wall on the
big shed, yep.
side of Alpha. Yeah, that vehicle storage area. So that opens it up a little bit further. And I think now he's
hold up, Op 4 and Blue 4 force is about to run into each other, literally across the wall. And
oh yeah,
oh look at that headshot. That was done by Stanners there. One of the best players, but that was a great shot through that keyhole, and that's going to stop that Blue 4 push dead in its tracks.
And now we're seeing it open up from the rest of this perimeter, yeah.
Yep, Firefly just got knocked out. Op 4 trying to pull away with that free kill, but one guy being knocked out, it's just going to end up being an even trade. And all three sides on 8 points now. This is going to be a long mission. Firefly waking back up, trying to crawl away. And the shots that go out in retaliation are just a bit short. So a free kill on Blue 4's force.
Follow. Red 4 X-Ray is just across this open field from Green 4's kind of defensive line. Outmanned at least 2-1.
Yeah, Green 4 has a massive trench line here. But
Red 4 is entirely aware of that.
Red 4 is just a marksman group, but they're looking directly on these positions. It said Red 4 firing, trying to hit the Matt team guy, G-Legs.
Yeah, I think... No.
Ooh, that was a shot. It's another hit.
These are going right over there. Where are these? Oh, these are actually going on top of the fire station. They're cracking over the heads of Green 4 Bravo 2, and so
they were trying to hit G-Legs. They hit him 3 times. I'm surprised none of those were a headshot, but I'm waiting to see if Green 4 spots those shooters and starts lighting up into the tree line.
Yeah, it would definitely be these guys out in the forest. They definitely heard those reports.
All the weapons are 5.56 and synced, so
yeah,
there's no caliber advantage.
Both sides obscuring any kind
so it's
of
being an even firefight.
And they're actually now shooting at, I think...
There's Green 4 now opening up.
The tower.
And Op 4 is immediately pulling back, being very careful to not take an early casualty.
I really don't think that they knew that these guys were across the other
No,
side.
they did not. They were too focused on that fire station, but I don't think they would have tried to make that play if they knew that fortification was right there. Getting some shots on that Matt team gunner was good. Trying to risk it to get him killed off, I would take that again. But Green 4 also putting some guys in the ATC tower. Little risky there because that was in Grenadier range by Blue 4, where Platoon 2 HQ is, so we might see that position get hit later on, but it's going to be close.
240 up on the...
Yeah, Chills, that's going to be a fun mission.
Let's go out and actually kill someone.
You're right.
Over by Bravo's, or Blue 4, yeah, Blue 4 Bravo. Who was that? Was that Iander? That was Iander!
Iander!
The ultimate irony! And he's gone. He's gone.
That is incredible. Iander, one of, if not the best AT guy I know, getting eliminated by his own love.
And immediately, Iander is in my chat reeing. We just saw that happen. Oh my god.
And he just read in my chat too. Yeah, that's pretty damn funny. But now his body's gone too, so they can't take his thing.
He was collapsed it, and he died instantaneously.
That's funny.
A big old chunk of the roof fell on his head and went...
Well, you gotta remember, when buildings blow up, it actually amplifies the explosive damage. But Kami Slaughter is also dead because he went up to the same place that his buddy died, and the marksman for Blue 4 picked him off as well. That's funny. I love, yeah, so Kami Slaughter was checking SL Dream's body and got hit. But yeah, one of the fallacies I see as a Zeus all the damn time is when someone's unconscious, people don't think to look around and wonder why he went unconscious and take out the threat. Instead, they go, oh shit. They try to run up and medic them and just usually fall to the same fate. And that right right there.
It happened last night in TMTM, and I got so pissed at it. I was like, do not just stand there. You got shot from somewhere. Be reactive.
Yep.
But yeah, that is very much a thing.
It ain't right. Yeah, right, Ander.
Vertical battles are a big hurdle for some people to get over and, think about.
ATC tower under pressure. Olaf trying to do some medical on Grums there. But again, that ATC tower being in Grenadier range for Blue 4, they are capitalizing on Green 4 sending some men on there. We are a fifth of the way through this mission. I think they increased the time for points giving because that's usually a little slower. But based off of this, I think we are going to see some sort of stalemate. Yes, we are having Blue 4 X-Ray on the northwestern side, trying to pick off who they can, but
I mean,
they're going to run out of ammo soon.
That, the Blue 4 Alpha group, they tried to make a push on the south side of the airfield proper around that perimeter. They ran into Red 4, and they both fell back. Red 4 is actually also falling back to their side of this forest, so we might actually just see a three-way tie if nothing really develops. X-Ray for Red 4, excuse me, they pushed out north of their position into the forest, took a couple pot shots, got some return fire.
Oh my god.
The team that's out of position right now, so to speak, is Blue 4 X-Ray. They're, maneuvering. To say they're out of position is just more like they're not holding down in their designated
I'm stealing that joke, Clef.
For their own, sector.
Well,
the only ones outside of that area, really.
Yeah. I will say, though, even though this round's being a bit stagnant, I can say someone is definitely having a blast this round, and that is Iander.
I mean, you gotta ask, some people are good at scanning. Where is he? Well, he's over there, and then over there, and I think there's a chunk of him over there.
A little bit everywhere, Iander, he gets around. That's a good way to put it. But meanwhile, Green 4 actually starting to push a large chunk of forces to where X-Ray was. They even smoked the area, thinking X-Ray might still be there. And we might see Green 4 try to push to take Op 4's sector here. Meanwhile, Op 4 has mounted up in multiple trucks, and
real quick before that gets underway, did you know that Iander has blue eyes? Yeah, one eye blue over there and another blue over there.
Oh my fucking god. That was better than mine, but they were still both pretty bad. So Op 4 is gonna go offensive here. They have a lot of dudes mounted up in trucks, and they're bored, so they're gonna go do something about this. Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, they're the ones who just really haven't been in any contact. The one piece of contact they did get actually looks like they might be going
Barb, I swear.
They do head around to the north, so they might be going for
Barb, Aryan, Weave is on the multi-link, so if you want to go bug them, do ! multi. And you can also see some ground perspectives in real time as well. So now we're seeing a lot of those Op 4 groups dismount, but we also see two trucks that might try to do an elaborate flank, so Green 4 and Op 4 are going to meet each other in the middle. This might wrestle control in terms of player count to Blue 4, who might also be biding their time. But in a few minutes, we're going to be a third of the way through this fight. I could very well see this being neutral, but...
But it's going to be interesting, because we've never seen a direct draw or a tie or anything like that. It's always been one side wins out.
It's just going to be reliant on whose tactics, on whose side is going to be superior here. Is waiting the good idea? Is pushing an objective a good idea? Is just going all out a good idea? Yep.
Well, Green 4 is actually they've moved out as well. Alpha 2.
Yep.
I think some extra bits and pieces have headed out to the southeast, the forest where Red 4 X-Ray previously was. So they might catch up this Red 4 force out of position if they stick in the trees and just kind of wait here. Although I'm sure they're also itching for contact. If they were to wait here, they could get a really great killing field going here. There was a World War II British training documentary that I watched not too long ago. Yes, I know, that's what I do on a Friday night, apart from this. Well, now my point is entirely mute because they just opened fire on each other inside the forest. My point was going to be, you draw your enemy out into the open. You don't fire at the first man, you fire at the last man, and the rest of the squad is going to be caught up in the crossfire.
But that would not make it a Friday night fight. That would make it a Friday night bore fest as the bullets rain out. Casualties beginning to mount on both sides. Gorin from Op4 is dead. From Green 4, no one new is dead, so let them keep shooting. But Op4 definitely has a lot more manpower in this fight than Green 4. And we are past a third of the way through the mission. There's only gonna be another 15-20 minutes left, because that timer is counting up really quickly. Now, I'm wondering, Blue 4 hears all these gunshots, so they're going to hear both of those groups firing at each other, so I wonder if they're going to react by potentially sending a force down to either try to pincer off either Op4 or Green 4 here, because they do have the manpower to do it, and that gives Blue 4 the advantage. So again, are they going to stay stagnant, or are they going to try to make a maneuver? I'd still wait it out a few minutes to basically let them duke it out, but I would also use that time to just set up and have 2 transport trucks full of dudes ready to go.
Yeah, I'm...
Op4 pulling back a little bit. Go ahead.
For sure. It looks like they've been taking some casualties, yeah, so I'm not surprised they're falling back, but... Yeah, this is very much a war of attrition. We're also seeing Foxtrot 2 kind of branch out a little bit along that same perimeter on the south side.
Yeah, need to go make some coffee after this.
40 points almost for each side.
Op4 Charlie 2 in trucks. They are moving around the town of Gorka. No, this is Krisheno. They might try to reposition on the northern side to try to take that sector. Meanwhile, a member of X-Ray, Guy Fieri, fell over and is bleeding out on a downed wall. Hopefully the rest of his team notices.
Oh, yeah.
Sent himself to Flavortown there.
Yeah, well, he returned from Flavortown right then as well. So he's
amazing.
Fine. Don't know what happened there, though.
You know what? I am going to say this. I am happy we're not seeing any Chads try to run over. Excuse me, not even. I'm not even going to give it that. Any Virgins run across the airfield and get absolutely schwacked. I'm glad to see that. I see too much of that. Running through massive open fields and hoping you'll be okay.
Yeah, I was glad to see that really didn't happen.
Now, it is still early in the round. Actually, we're in the mid-game at this point with that 42-point marker. So anything can happen. But Charlie 2's deploying way off. I don't know. This could branch off into a draw. Charlie 2 should have focused on going to, like, I want to say 300, 400 meters north and following the forest in, but...
I was going to say, yeah, like, marker 306 to the northeast of Green Forest Alpha, sector. Like, dismount in there. I guess they're really trying to play it safe and stay undetected, but this is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Smoke's going out in that killing field between Red 4 and Green 4, and seeing some more medical stars on Green 4's side, but this could very easily turn into a no man's land with some explosives and, yeah, more smokes.
All right, anyway, going down the casualty list. So, Eason was already dead in that firefight between Blue 4 and Op 4 there. Paladin was part of that northern side. Looks like the wall came over and he was killed. That is unfortunate. Mike also died. He is just in the bunkers of Blue 4 contesting with Independent. But only 3 KIA out of the 40 for Blue 4. Op 4, we have Coda dead, who was part of the attack wave in trying to engage Independent's large force to try to push up into their sector. We've got Matt Coro dead, who was one of the first casualties with Gorin in this fight as well, but Op 4 losing 3 guys in that push. And now you got Charlie 2 also remounted, and they're continuing to push along after they did a bit of reconnaissance. Meanwhile, Green 4 and Commie Slaughter still dead on top of that Hainer because the Blue 4 marksman picked them off and took them out. We have Gashag, Swola, and Tackleberry also dead from that Red 4 push. And we also have Combat Wombat dead, but Zami and Candy are also unconscious, both being medics, by the way. But definitely Green 4 has lost the most manpower here, and we might see Op 4 capitalize on this.
Round 1, Combat Wombat was doing some work, so that's that's unfortunate to see him dead. We are about halfway through now as we tick up to 50. So let's
What is 37 minus 21? That would be 16.
That's about half the time. Yeah.
So 16 minutes to get up to about 50 points. So there's actually not a lot of time left.
Okay. Yeah. Oh.
Because think about it, 15 minute safe start, 5 minutes for the timer, and then that extra minute to get to the sectors to capture it itself. So yeah, it's only been 16 minutes to count up to 50, so Op4 only has 16 minutes to make a move on Green 4, and Blue 4 only has 16 minutes to come up with a way to try to take a sector here. So based off of this, I think Op4 is going to win because they'll be able to overpower Green 4 and do a pincer maneuver. Because you just saw Op4 do a push right here where Green 4 was doing triage on some dudes and get even more kills. So if Op4 can continue this pressure, they can do really well, but they have this massive Green 4 bunker line to deal with. That was, trench line dug. But I'm thinking Charlie 2 might be able to assist on that if they continue to go around and... was it the Schlieffen plan where they ran around the French trenches by going through Switzerland?
Yes, that was the Schlieffen plan in World War I.
So, Op4 is going to have to do some more Schlieffen planning here to get around that trench line, and they could potentially take the sector, which only has two guys in it right now.
Charlie 2 is kind of approaching that same position, but they've extended the Maginot line far enough to watching that ingress point.
This might not be good for Charlie 2 because there are 4 guys watching this vector, and I think Rory just spotted them. They're lining their guns up. They're ready to go.
I think Blue 4 is going to win because I think Green 4 and Red 4 are going to whittle down their numbers so much to the point where Blue 4 can just go.
I don't see any Blue 4 mobilization here though, because we're down to about 14 minutes.
They don't need to move yet. They have plenty of time to make a move.
14 minutes is not a lot of time though.
All they have to do is get in their truck.
But they're still X-Ray defending it, but they don't know Op4's numbers here. They're trying to send Blue 4 X-Ray now down south to try to watch to have groups come around, but...
Yeah.
I'm trying to see where Blue 4's numbers are, to be perfectly honest, because when I look at them, I don't see 40 players. You know what I mean?
I mean, they've taken some cuts and scrapes. I mean, but you're right. I'm only seeing Eason and Mike, Paladin, and Iander.
There's only been 3 KIA.
Blue 4. Well, 4 with Iander, but yeah.
Yeah, Iander left, that's why. That's why he's not on my roster anymore. But, I'm trying to see, if there's a group mounted in a truck somewhere, but just, I guess the way they're spread out just makes them seem a little more thin than I'd think, but... I mean, now that I look at Op4 with that lens, I also kind of see it's because Op4 is doing a massive push with units here and leaving X-Ray as a single defense, but Green 4 is committing a lot of guys to defense themselves. So right now, Green 4 is committed to defense on this sector. They are playing for a draw at this point. Op4 is playing to win by taking Green 4, and now Blue 4, they don't have any information on this, but they need to make a move, otherwise they're just going to play to draw as well. So... I don't know, but Charlie 2, you're starting to see do this wide flank here. Green 4 is actually pulling off some of these forces from their Margio line here. They might try to go defend the objective themselves, which they'll probably be able to hold against Charlie 2's smaller number here. But I could still see Op4 doing a massive push here.
The line was French. It wasn't Italian. It's the
Maginot line, not
the Mario line.
Not the Mario line. Fuck's sake.
But yeah, this Red 4 Charlie 2 team, I think, it just overshoots right now, so that's what's going over their head from
not elope.
What? They're still in the clear for now. We do have Pierce standing completely still, gunned down. Ooh, this Alpha 2 team for Green 4 just spotted out this Red 4 team, I think.
Yeah, I saw that.
The other way. That's the other way around. Red 4 spotted this team as they're trying to pull back. And so they're going to hold fire, but they definitely spotted them, and Pierce is now going to go around the corner. See them, stop at his tracks, gun up. Oh, please. Pierce.
Worst time to start engaging.
They did drop
that just completely gave him away.
They
gave 1 kill, yeah.
Machine gunner. They did drop the machine gunner with that 249. But yeah, that was a very rushed play from Pierce.
Hold up, Charlie 2. They've got a man right here, right next to Green 4 command. Knocks out one of them, going for the other.
Oh, Jesus, that was
wow.
Stanners,
great job. In my top 5 of best players in FNF, definitely.
Absolutely. But this is where Blue 4 now, obviously they have no idea that that's going on. but now they need to. This would be the perfect time to do a thunder run across the airfield. If they wait for that sector to go neutral, then it should.
It's gonna be too late by then.
Yeah, I wonder if that X-ray group is still up here to the north. They could see this infighting. Well, not even infighting, but the close range.
The Op4 push here. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
You might have Blue 4 guys potentially see the smoke grenades getting popped as well, but it's difficult.
Yeah, difficult at best. From where I'm seeing these trench lines at, they can't see him at all.
The Green 4 guy woke up and Gorski was right next to him to wish him a good night. Hot damn. So that was on this guy right here, who is at Stanners again. Still pushing. Blue 4, I mean, they are doing a good job with having X-ray recon for them. It's just, there's less than 10 minutes remaining based off of these points. 2/3 of the time gone.
Yep.
The rush right now is if Op4 can get this sector taken in time before the drawdown happens.
Yep, and we're actually having a truck go out. Oh, that was a flare launched by
Gotta make sure you check what's in there. He's literally just driving around in circles, I guess trying to make some cover or something. I'm surprised he's still alive. Who's this Chad? Fucking Flood.
Yep, that's Flood. He was the one.
He just glided across.
Yeah, he literally just was like, hey, I'm gonna put this right here. Don't worry about it.
And then we have one guy hiding in a tree. 2600. Of course he'd make a play like that. He's waiting for Op4 to push up past him to potentially shoot him in the back of the head. Good old Epstein didn't kill himself style. Absolutely great play.
Meanwhile, somehow, inexplicably, Fred is on the other side of the airfield, north of Blue 4.
Gorski got picked off by Ash there. He's putting some more shots on to make sure he's dead. That's a good call there by Ash. But Op4 has a explosive trap going off on Op4's line. Bedovic gets knocked out. I'm looking for additional dead bodies here, but I think it was just that. Yep. Good use of an explosive trap there, definitely. That was really well hidden. Yeah, but it slowed down this flank, and that might have bought Green 4 another minute or two. 3/4 of the time gone. Blue 4 still being stagnant.
Ooh.
But Blue 4
is a part of a shed across the way.
Blue 4 is mounting up in trucks, though. They might try to make a play in a bit, which they'll absolutely have to. And yeah, as you just called out, Independent just got annihilated. Grenadier round coming in and knocking out pads again. Ouch.
Yeah, this is great. So Blue 4, they've been quiet, apart from the couple of Vanguard forces. I think Buckets, who actually has a team kill somehow. I don't even know who he killed, but apart from some sporadic machine gun fire, all the fire has been between Green 4 and Red 4. So
Gorski got woken back up,
and so they're going.
And Dusty's trying to run back.
But getting to less than 25 points remaining for everyone. Red 4 is obviously making a push for this. We can make a push for it as well.
Yeah, they're judging based off the bullets, but Blue 4, it looks like they're following the route that X-Ray took in. They might be able to sneak in here, but Indigo Fox, he's in a really good position right now, but I think Blue 4 is going to see his rifle poking about behind that tree. If Indigo Fox is able to get a call out, he might see it, but no, he sees the Blue 4 and then quickly comes out as the rounds come in, and I think he might have been taken out before he was able to get a partial call out. If anything, he was able to get 1 or 2 words out before he was dropped, so Op4 might not be ready to defend that sector because you have other forces pulling out and being defensive, but they at least heard the bullets. So that defensive line between Blue 4 and Blue 4 and Op4 might pull back to hold the sector itself. But we're 4/5 of the time gone. Another explosive trap.
Yeah, next to T5 Rod and First Lieutenant Nelson doesn't really damage either of them. It might have hurt Rod.
Yeah, they were able to get in cover in time. I saw T5 Bay. I think he saw it in time and pulled back a few meters. Got behind the building, was able to survive. But really great use of explosive traps by Independent. They're at least slowing Op4 down because at this point Independent is just trying to play to stalemate. Because their offensive capability is over with. Though we do have Fred across the area Now firing over the airfield, trying to pick off some Op4 members. Does get some shots in T5 Rod there, though.
Yeah, this last stretch is going to be between...
I'd say there's 5 minutes remaining, give or take.
Oh my god. Blue 4, 10 billion IQ play. They're not going for Alpha, they're going for Charlie.
Yep.
That is absolutely the smart play here. Absolutely. They're anticipating Red 4 has...
Op4 knows about this, though, because of those gunshots and Indigo's 1 or 2 words he got on the LR. But I think they'll be able to steamroll this. It's going to really be up to the Op4 defenders to hold for a few minutes. Because if Op4 loses a sector, Blue 4 is going to be able to basically sneak the victory out.
The only 2 people in there are Guy Fieri and King, and with just the sheer amount of Blue 4 that are coming into here...
Sector has been lost.
So now Red 4 is without a home base. Green 4 is still holding on. So now the fight is going to be between Green 4 and Blue 4. If Green 4 can hold on and Blue 4 takes it, Blue 4 is going to win. If... Pretty much either way, any way you cut it, I think Blue 4 is going to win this. Which I did call.
I see Blue 4 taking this sector just by the sheer numbers they have in here to wrestle control of it. To take a sector from someone, you have to have double the number of their units in the sector, and they clearly have that. It's going to be slow to take, but...
Well, not if King and Guy Fieri get wiped out like King almost just did. Guy Fieri not coming around this side. Gets a good couple shots, gets 2 kills.
Great flanking action by Guy. He's got to be careful. I think he heard the footsteps around him.
Yep.
He's going to get right behind this guy.
Ooh. Oh,
messes up the CQC, but still manages to take him out. Nice.
But that's going to take down Guy Fieri there. And Charlie is in Blue 4.
Yeah. Oh, that's not good. Op4 now has to push back and take it. But as soon as we see that 89 to 88 tick, I think that's GG.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Blue 4.
It's GG.
They won via cowardice. They won via cowardice.
I wouldn't call it cowardice. I'd call it strategy.
It is a victory, but
now,
tactical cowardice.
If Op4 were to somehow kill the defending groups in Charlie, which Tom just got a kill on one of the defenders here too, and if they were to wrestle this sector back within the next minute, and then still take the independent sector, they could get the points back. But I think independent has too many forces in here for them to wrestle control of that. So Op4, they had the right idea. They just put too many eggs in one basket on that attack and didn't think that Blue 4 would do anything.
No, I think that they just they underestimated Green 4's defenses. Because if obviously you need a certain amount of, the more people you throw at an objective, along with other factors, the bigger likelihood that they're going to win. So,
Alpha just lost control.
Home guard. I think if they kept a home guard for Charlie, if Red 4 did, then that would just...
It's GG.
This attack would crumble and take even longer. I don't know if there really was a right play other than just defending and waiting for someone else to make the first move.
Yeah.
I like this mission. And I just think that, I don't know, maybe with a bit more... I honestly don't know what I would change about this mission as far as the back end of it, but whew, Red 4 now about to take Alpha, but yeah, a little too late. Blue 4 is going to win this with 99 points. That's going to be GG.
All right, I'm going to have a coffee break in between both rounds because I am just yawning all over the place here, so...
Yeah, if you haven't already, send me that thing on Discord, that joke.
Yes, I'll tell it to you when I get back, okay? There's GG.
Wait, this is only round 2, isn't it? We still have another round?
We still have another round. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying take a coffee break.
Okay.
Just gonna get my slot first before I do it. Oh yeah, overall good fight. Good PvP, good tactics. Nothing negative I've got from that one. So I'm gonna switch things up here. How do I want to do this? Let's go ahead and go back to M2 fonts here, loop that, go ahead and run a few things on the channel to milk like $10 or something. I don't fucking know. But otherwise, I'll be back in a few minutes.
A 15.
You counting Elkin or Schmidt? Because don't.
Oh, roger, 13 then.
For you, Zeus.
Sorry. Move on to the next and ask us next.
That's right, guys. You all know your group's coming. Get counting. TK.
I believe we are at 7.
UPSC.
Guys, please, whatever you poke us on, put it in Discord so we can check it afterwards.
UPSC, how many have you got? Red Strike.
12.
PLH.
I don't know because I don't know how many people have the DLC. Considering it's not supposed to be required, I have no clue currently. I'll get back to you.
Roger, 1RW.
I think we're sitting at 8 or 9.
Scandi.
7.
AA.
We're down to 4.
Tau.
6.
Myrmidon.
5. Oh no, 4, sorry.
Roger, 29th.
7.
FK.
Send in.
Fred's still here.
6.
Much height.
Cadian.
many goats.
Arcadian guy still here, have they gone? Okay, TSP.
2 people at TFB.
Chad.
2.
Zeus.
13.
UPSC.
We have 10.
Cool, thank you. Of any groups that I've knocked out? PLH, how many are you guys on?
3.
Lovely. Right. Let's have a look. Do we have any volunteers from Centaur to take leadership positions? Or anyone from any of the smaller groups who'd fancy giving company commander a go?
That's now your time.
The staff count?
Yeah, sure. To staff.
Indigo.
People need Apex to play this, just to know that, yep.
Are there any other volunteers to take leadership?
Get in there, Centaur.
Fuck it, I
get in
can-
there.
I might. I can take the attack,
No,
yeah.
you will not. If you're taking Dusty's taking
Staff versus staff.
That's alright, we'll go staff versus staff. Alright. In that case, okay, let's get 4IB Blue 4, Zeus Spartans Op 4. Let's get UPSC Blue 4, TK Op 4. Let's get Red Strike Op 4. AA Blue 4.
Anders, wake up.
Could ML go up 4, please? We've been blue 4 so far.
Swallow.
Cool. Let's get Myrmidon Legion Op 4. Let's get Scandi Blue 4. 1RW Blue 4.
Can we attack? We can defend.
Then do you want me to squad it?
Alright, 1RW Op 4 then.
I'm loading in. Dingo.
Yeah, who was
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, Zeus have attacked. They haven't defended.
Yeah, we haven't defended yet. I probably should have said something when you called us, but if it's too late.
Alright, you guys come blue 4 then.
Thank you.
Here's MG or vehicle.
Everyone start nice and quickly though, because that's throwing me off my numbers, so I need to see where we're sitting, so make sure you are slotting up nice and fast. Let's get PLH blue 4. Op 4 even. Wow, those numbers are shifted.
Do remember, guys, you can't be marksman 2 times in a row.
Tau, Op 4.
Ow.
Taking a while to load in.
Sure. Let's just watch these numbers, watch them rise, watch them go. Let's get 29th Op 4.
Short boy, check mate.
On early Fox.
Let's get FK Op 4. TSB Op 4. Chad Op 4. And let's get any Centaur players Op 4. We got anyone up in the Centaur channel waiting to join?
Ash, Muniz is staff. You can find them in the red names on Discord.
Hey, Muniz.
Yeah. Everyone.
Please.
T5 Bay, Gorskieski, Op 4. Anyone still needs to slot in? Let's get in nice and quick. Should currently be slightly below what we need it to be. Okay, let's have a look. AA, I'm going to need you to go Op 4, please.
Boogie.
Hallpan, Dusty, Gauze, can you push down to 2 platoon, please?
Pavey, you're hot miking.
Okay, Indigo, you got a minute? Sort out you guys.
Looking.
Cool.
I need a second person in Charlie 2, please. Need a second person in Alpha 2. Alright, Alpha 4 is good.
Okay, awesome. I need a second platoon commander. Do you have any volunteers? Anyone confident? Feeling like a little bit of a challenge. It's a defensive one, so it's not too complicated.
Yes.
Awesome. I also need a first platoon leader. I'm guessing as the whole of first platoon is basically 4IB, it makes sense if one of your guys stepped up to that. Awesome. Cheers, Piss. Okay, let's just check everyone is slotted up. Donald Dawn, buckets. Get slotted up, guys.
Okay, let's see.
Give them 5 seconds.
To Noah.
Just let them push.
Sure.
Sorry for the dead air. I needed to go make myself some coffee, otherwise I was going to fall asleep.
Right, let's push through to our briefing. When you guys get in, just jump into where you should be.
Maz is not here, if I remember correctly.
Who's this?
Cool, are you happy with the briefing for Nemesis?
I don't have a story this time, I'm sorry. He's watching it though, I think, so if you got any questions, he'll relay it to me.
Hey Dingo, you ready to lose to Indigo?
Okay, so I got a small brief from Mass.
It is a sector fight.
Just waiting to load him.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, go for it, buddy.
It's the Chinese invasion of US islands. It's an airfield attack or assault. It should be non-sequential, if I remember correctly. Attack defense.
Lord, thanks for the 200 bits, man. Always appreciate it. Sorry I was away for the first 100.
Okay, awesome. Indigo, you got any questions?
And Slim Jim, thanks for the 5-month resub as well. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a kick out of this. Many goats.
Gentlemen,
definitely.
Let's push through to the final round of FNF EU.
All right. So I'm going to keep doing a little bit of a setup. What?
Are you back yet?
Yes. Rest in peace, Daniel Doe, for not having Apex DLC and getting kicked out.
Ooh, imagine not owning all the DLCs by this point.
I know, right? Big sad.
I mean, I can't really say too much about that because I got gifted both Contact and GM, but hey. So what is interesting though is that this is
no, not the
dusk.
black screen.
If it's, I think the moon's up, so I think this is dusk. Yeah, not quite night, so there is still plenty of ambient light, but really not a ton if you get down to the ground level. So that's gonna be interesting.
I gotta relog real quick. I just got the black screen of death.
Oh no. I guess that means I am now the caster. But yeah,
get out.
I'll go over while you relog. I'll just go over the.
I'll be back up in a second
and leave the sectors for when you get here. So, as it was mentioned, Red Fort is going to be the People's Liberation Army of China using these 6.5 Katibas, which do have a 203 or 40 millimeter variant for squad leads, and then they're using the PKM for their machine gun. RPG 26s for the squad level. I think the team level or platoon level AT, yep, is an RPG 32. Actually, I can't remember if it's a 32 or a 42. I think it's a 42 actually, but I digress. And a platoon level MG is the PKP, which is
hey, Fluffy Bunny, thanks to the 8-person raid. I'm a little low right now because Arma just crashed, but Barb is
cartridge, a little bit
talking about what's going on in there.
5.56, but not by too much.
Multi's still going strong. This will be like a 2-minute process, so I apologize, chat. Sometimes this happens. And I also apologize to Fluffy Bunny for raiding me while we have an AFK screen.
They're wearing, ooh, I'm so glad that we're not looking at Marpet for again, even though Marpet would probably be a better camo in this scenario. They are wearing the multicam.
What were you just playing, Fluffy Bunny?
Classic U.S. Army staple. So a bit lighter tones than the more jungly surroundings. So this might work. This camo might work against them. In fact, I'm pretty sure it will work against them. As for weapons, 5.56, M4s, M16s, 249s, 240s.
Check your earlier chat. Give me a moment. Let me get set up first.
An M3, or yeah,
what's Gain Beasts?
Law and an M3 Moz, which is again is wielded by the one and only Iander, who, let us not forget, did get blown up by a rocket in an act of hubris.
We're just gonna keep giving him shit for that, aren't we?
In addition, Blue 4 has, I believe, 2 transport Humvees, a static M2, and a M2 Humvee. Let me just double check on that. They They also have an F-22 and an A-10 in the hangars, but they're both damaged, so they can't be used, which is funny. Instead of just locking them, we just damaged them. That's funny. But yes, Blue 4 do have an unarmed Humvee, which does not look to be up-armored at all, as well as...
L is the button I use to get a light. It's just a feature with the spectator menu, that's it.
I'm just remembering from the asset list, but they should have an M2 Humvee and at least 1 or 2 static M2s. As for Red 4, they have some chunky stuff in addition to the extra numbers.
All right, oh lord, I see the previous message. Glad you're enjoying it.
2 BTR.
Hope you can join us for NA, though.
Some Gaz Tigers and an unarmed KA-60 Kasatko, which is at the docks. They also have a selection of ribs, and not the kind of barbecue, but the kind of boat. So they could use those to skirt around the island and attack from either, well, I guess the northeast or the southwest side of this smaller northwestern island on Tanoa.
Right, oh lord.
How are you doing? Getting back
Thank
in?
you. I'm back in, and I was just letting you finish it out, so...
Yeah, in that case, let's go over sectors.
All right. I will start with Sector 1. Sector 1 is the 2 planes that are damaged and unusable, which is unfortunate that Blue 4 can't have them, but that's A-okay. Really, the one difficulty of these areas is going to be if Blue 4 wants to stash people in the jungle itself and make it a really nasty CQC-style fight. I could see them doing that, but it's only going to... just be a delaying action for either a squad or a full team of 6 to do, because the Hainers themselves are not defensible, and they're not the cup Hainers where you can actually have the giant Hainer door collapse down and hold the Hainer itself. But it would be a good stash spot for a Humvee, as I see the Humvee driving in, actually, just to keep it in there in reserve so it can't be spotted by the helicopter. What are your thoughts on Sector 1? Who won round 2? Blue 4.
They do have 100 build points.
And thank you for the extra 100 bits, Lord.
Doing the classic walk backwards up the side of the hangar trick. We could see some reinforcement and HESCO barrier shenanigans going on here, which would be pretty much their only option. They can't dig trenches in the asphalt or the tarmac, so yeah, if they want to defend these planes, they're gonna need to build up some exterior defenses. They could build on top of the hangars as well for a bit of an overwatch point, but I think just really holding the mouths of these hangars would be the better option here.
But they are digging some fortifications on the northwestern side of Sector 1 here, between the 2 Hainers, so I think they're going to try to box this in and just turn it into a nasty hold objective.
Yep, and that just makes sense, you know. There's the obvious factor. We see Dingo actually marking the beach to the northwest, so they are anticipating possibly some kind of naval action or just flanking action through this very thick, dense jungle. And you thought the ones in round 1 were bad. No, this is Tanoa, baby. This is a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so thick. I love it. I love it.
Hold on. Flux has the Ace drone.
Wait, what?
Flux has the Ace drone.
Where's Flux? Flux Bravo.
Northeastern side, and he just deployed the... So Blue 4 has a drone.
I don't know if that was intentional or not, but yeah, the auto rifleman, maybe they just gave it to him because he knows what he's doing with it, but no, they have a drone up.
That wasn't in the asset list, though.
I don't remember it being mentioned. I was talking to Chad, I'll be honest, but I do not remember that being mentioned, so I'm just going to sit here and drink my cider.
So this is a drone that Ace adds. Special Forces use it for recon. Zeus's can't detect it, though, which is why I don't like using it, and AI never react to it. So that's interesting that that's in there.
Miso also has one, so they have multiple of these.
Huh.
Miso is over by the F-22 right now, and he's got that, isn't it like the PQ2 or something?
Something like that, yeah. You're just meant to throw it, and it has a little camera there and a blonde battery life.
It's essentially just like a very
see that camera
UAV, and yeah, you just dropped it below
right
the
there.
F-22, so... RQ-11, that's the one. Thank you, Malin.
RQ-11, yeah. Interesting. I'm going to quickly add that to my roster real quick.
Yeah, that's going to be very powerful for Blue 4 in spotting this attack because I mean, obviously, eyes in the air on top of eyes in the air that the other team probably won't be able to see. The K-60 won't really be able to see it unless the coast sees it.
Yeah, no, there's no way in hell a helicopter's gonna spot that thing.
Hell no, not with the Tanoan fog that we all know and love, and especially not as the sun's going down. In a very pretty sunset.
There are 2 in the air right now over the airfield.
So that means there's 3 in play, because I saw Misu dropped one. And
yep.
then
It's Blue Force Air Force. They are mobilizing for the Chinese invasion.
Well, unfortunately for them, these drones were supplied by Amazon, and therefore they were made in China. So, PLA should enact a kill switch as soon as they set off and disable all eyes in the air for Blue 4.
All right, I'll give that one to you.
Brings us up, and I'm inclined to agree, even though we...
If you have a UAV, drop it on the floor and do not use it. All right, so there was an inventory mishap then.
Yep. Malin was saying that has to be a mistake on the mission dev. Those things are so OP, it has to be
Yeah, no, those things, these are
is the case.
the most OP drones you can get. Because, again, Zeus can't track it, AI don't react to it, and it's
Players can't see it.
It's very difficult to see. That's why I don't usually use them in my ops.
I mean, they're literally like the size of like a keyboard. They are not that big at all.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, what was I going to say?
I'm going to take that off of my roster now.
I was going to say something, but I forgot what it was. Oh, well. It was a funny joke, and now
You're good. I'm just taking it off of my description now, knowing that it's not supposed to be in there.
Oh, no, now I remember. We can say the line, Liru.
Which line?
Mission.
Audited missions. Classic. And Blue 4 has added more fortifications around this position, but let's quickly look over to Sector 2.
Oh, those Humvees. Oh, that gives me anxiety. That gives me such anxiety.
What? It's like 2 girls sharing a double-sided dildo. Anyway, let's look over at Sector 2. Sector 2 is not going to be used. It is just a few...
Again, Chief?
What? Have you never seen that before? 2 girls sit down, they bend over, and they share a dildo. It's how it works. Tell me that's not what you see. You're the horny one.
To Virginia and beat your fucking head in.
All right, anyway, Sector 2 not being used. Sector 3 is the base itself, and yeah, I mean, that's where they spawned. They should... Actually, no, it's not where they spawn. It's just a few extra cup barracks buildings spawned, and even an ACT tower right there. But it looks like Blue 4 is going to focus on Sector 1 defense here. So possibly an all eggs in one basket, just holding this facility. Not seeing any room for counterattacks, but Blue 4 is spending a lot of time fortifying the coast here, anticipating... Actually, no fortification, just a lot of manpower down here. Anticipating to see if Op 4 tries to do a boat rush on their back end. Meanwhile, X-Ray is on the edge of Blue 4 territory, ready to go on a hilltop to try to spot for any Chinese forces coming along the route over here. So, should be A-okay. I mean, it is what I see, Barb. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I guess I should get a thumbnail made for that.
So, moving on to Sector 3.
Yeah?
It's their spawn area. It's this little...
He's beat, by the way.
Spawn area. A little training course in the southeast. Training for what? I don't know. Liru could probably tell you more, because he seems to be into that kind of thing. But some nice courtyards.
It's hot!
Buildings, a warehouse. Yeah, I mean, it is hot. It's an island.
Little shit. I was drinking my coffee. Otherwise, I see this M2 right here. It's the up-armored one. And it also has a holo sight on it, which means it has a magnified optic. So they're going to have to be really specific on where they place it, but it looks like they're just gearing to put it on the southern side here. I'll be curious to see if they dig up any bunkers to try to defend it, but that asset, having that magnification, it's only a ×2 magnification, but that red dot is a lot easier to line up on further away targets than the nice little black slit of the iron sight. So hopefully we'll see some good action with that M2. But otherwise, Op 4, in my opinion, really has the advantage with these 2 BTR-80s as long as they can use them effectively. But looks like Op 4, we're not really seeing much mounted on the boats. In fact, Op 4 is doing the dog on the carpet maneuver back at base. Barb, care to comment?
Sorry, I got raided by someone, so I wasn't listening to anything you said. What were you saying?
Of course, right.
Script issues need to change to a different mission.
Hooray! Well, that happened.
We'll go to another mission.
Audited missions, yay!
Audited mission.
Let's go back downstairs.
Attackers having 2 BTRs and Blue 4 having no AT, no medical options, and no ammo. So that's probably not going to work. Staff, if we communicate through the Discord staff chat, can we get a different attack defend mission up and running, please?
Load up that mega old one where it's just like
There is no other afternoon ones, though.
Dingo, are you going to be loading in a completely new mission?
Yes, we will be.
Down with ammo and
Well,
AT.
sometimes people screw up, and that time was tonight. It wasn't a crash. They are changing the mission because apparently scripts broke on it.
Getting Ravens.
And Blue 4 had no AT and Raven drones.
Just playing my mission on both segments, it doesn't matter too much.
Of course you would recommend that.
Yeah, okay, let's do that. Right, there's no need for comments like that. Yep, let's go for it. Let's do that.
It's just barbarian.
Or any other mission.
Duncan, did you get kicked for criticizing these loadouts? And then you were right?
It will be identical slotting.
You got kicked for it and they still quit the mission anyway? Oh, Falcon.
I think, is that still defense?
I hope Nemesis apologizes to you then, because,
Stop, hot mic.
I mean, were you in,
Take different slots, butt cheese and
I'm
pads.
just making sure I wasn't hot micing. Were you on Blue 4 then?
This is
Get
where
off
we
Charlie
were.
pads and butt cheese.
What are you talking about? We were just on Charlie.
You might be on the wrong side.
You're on Blue 4 right now. You go up 4.
Alright, let me quickly change it.
Calm down though, buddy.
Oh. Relax, guys. Relax.
Have fun, not to yell at each other and get down each other's throats. Just
We're sorry about the problems. Just slot up at the faction you had in the prior game and take the same slots.
Is anybody in Blue 4
Andreas,
Foxtrot?
jump out of my spot.
Because UPSC lost some guys and we don't have enough to full Alpha or Bravo.
Take LAT, Major.
No, I got it.
Yeah, thank you for the typewriter.
Right, can you be aware, if you are hot micing and you don't stop after we say to stop, you'll just be kicked out. It's as simple as that. Pay attention to your own surroundings.
Oh, this channel is push to talk.
Exactly.
UPSC move to Foxtrot.
Which therefore makes it come across as deliberately hot micing to wind people up. And that will not be tolerated. Right, King, Legal Action, Pierce, Dusty, Firefly, Buckets, get yourself slotted.
Cover. Oh shit, nice.
Dang, I won't see those Humvees anymore. That sucks. Which means I probably also shouldn't use it as a thumbnail either. Darn. We lose every day.
Indigo, you got any changes to make?
Checking.
Numbers look like they've swung a bit.
Yeah, it is 20%, so.
Yeah, it's currently at closer to 30.
Top 4 is good.
But there's a few guys who've not yet slotted, so they need to slot now so that we know how the numbers are looking. So it looks like we've lost some.
Same number on the server as before, so.
Fun odds.
So I will say, down to about 109. Might go up to 110 though, because another guy just joined. So if you want to join in for round 3, feel free. But 58 to 44, that's a pretty big 14-person player advantage there. We will be back at probably an hour at this rate for the NA branch of Friday Night Fights. Another 3 rounds of PvP. I might start drinking too, but we'll just have to see what happens there. And nonetheless, thank you guys for joining me tonight, and I hope to see you for the NA branch as well. But we are still going to cover the 3rd round. So how is everyone in chat doing? I'm just finishing drinking the coffee I made. It's a Korean recipe. It's basically a spoonful of instant coffee. You're supposed to mix it with a spoonful of sugar, but I forego the sugar. Whisk it with a spoonful of hot water. Whisk it till the mixture gets airy. Then you add in about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of condensed milk, and then you fill with like a cup to pint of milk. And then you whisk it and then serve it with ice. I don't do it with the sugar because the condensed milk already sweetens it enough for me. But it is really, really good. Falcon, I don't, because I don't believe in this. I don't think that's a good idea. Finally got time to see a stream live after 4 years. Jeez, Dark Soul, what were you doing for 4 years? Because Falcon, I like to watch you suffer. Duh. If the ping goes to 200 or more, I know there are settings on the server to prevent... Also, I need to change it from terminal to sector. Hopefully I won't black screen. Good. I know there are some network requirements that the server maintains, and it kicks you out for not having them, but I think if we were to look at the pings here, we got one up at 133, 127... 28, 24, 46, 133, 186. I think 200 would be okay. But there is that final round. Gonna mute myself, and I'm back with Barb.
So I have been told by a little birdie that because the mission maker gave players those Raven backpacks, that broke the server scripting, and they had to scramble to a backup mission, which is unfortunate.
That makes sense because those Raven backpacks, since they are scripted, I wouldn't be surprised if it broke other scripts. So makes sense.
Fair enough. But we do have a very nice looking backup, that is to say, a terminal uplink mission from Devincer on Altis, specifically around
Not the fucking black screen. God damn it.
Do you want to take the reins on this one?
Can't, because I just black screened again.
Powerful. Okay, well then I will do the same thing as last time, go over the factions, and then hopefully by the time you get back in, we can go over the terminals. For the factions, we do have Blue 4.
It hates me today.
Versus Red.
I rarely black screen crash.
We do have,
but whatever, screw me.
Chocolate chip, but a desert striped, tan and brown striped camo. Wearing the marine plate carriers.
Give me 2 minutes. We'll be back in. We'll listen to Barb.
Still rocking that 5.56 with a 7.62 marksman scope. M249s, M240s.
It happens when I tab out to edit the fucking mission command.
Stuff somewhere in the mix, I'm sure. As for assets, they have a bit more stuff than they had in the last one. Blue 4 is still defending, but they do have 240 Bravo Humvees that are up-armored with turret and reinforced windows and doors. They have some transport Humvees that are also reinforced.
Right, Dark Soul. Glad you made it.
Not reinforced, so they will be able to be ventilated pretty easily. And lastly, they do have an M2 gun truck, which is up-armored and transport. So... a nice little smattering of stuff for the Blue 4 side to use. All those Humvees, again, were 240s. Actually, no, only one was 240. The other two were just transports unarmed.
No problem, Digit. I'm joining back in the server now. When I select my slot, hit OK, I'll tab out and make the AFK screen disappear.
Let's go down to their spawn in the south. We do have the classic RHS Russians wearing EMR camo, carrying 5.5 AKs. They still have the 2 BTRs and a number of Gaz Tigers, as with the first mission. RPG 42 for the platoon level AT, RPG 26s for squad level stuff, and then PKMs and PKPs. So kind of textbook, but still a decent lot of. Oh shit! They also have a fucking MI8. I missed that.
Yep, no pylons on it though, but it is the SH version, which means it has 3 PKMs on the sides and the rear. So we might see that as a gunboat, but it will be very susceptible to the M2 50 cal fire from the transport truck.
On that note, I do want to bring up these technically aren't PKMs, they're PKTs, and I learned that, and I remember that because PKM, mobile, PKT, turret.
The more you know.
Da-da-da-da. But yes. Also, Redford does also have some gas transport trucks as well, which you say are up armored. I don't quite think so, but I can't say too sure either.
They're supposed to be, but I think they're rescripted because I've driven these around in the past and they take a shit ton of small arms fire. But I think FNF rescripts them because they want them to be even like Humvees. Because there's no, like, you know, Humvee style OP4 vehicle. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But otherwise...
briefing area over here for Redford, just to the east of their spawn. So that's nice. But, yeah.
Are they even using it, though? Oh, you're right. No. We see them make a little briefing area like this, so it's nice to see. I'm also debating this week I might submit a mission into FNF if I'm feeling it, but there's a lot of things I want to build this weekend. So let's look at these sectors here. So we have one, which is the Central Church on Pyrgos. I mean, it's a really nice defensive area. You got the wall perimeter of the church itself. Church you can also go into, and it gives you a little bit of elevation. Look over those walls, but only on the northwest to southwest sides, because the church doesn't have anything enterable on the back ends, but they could put fortifications in the northeastern and southeastern corners and utilize that slight upground to their advantage as well. But otherwise, standard AO that's defensive for like a squad to 2 squads. As long as they also put a garrison in the outskirt buildings past the street, that could be an easily defendable AO. The other sector, which is right by their spawn, is, I mean, just a shack in the middle of fuck knows where, and they're already knocking down a lot of the walls around it, so I guess they are gonna refortify it themselves. And then the third one is next to God. But this is also a pretty decent compound that has its own perimeter wall, and things can be fortified around it, so that's not too bad there. And it's just a grave of unknown soldiers. Interesting. Otherwise, what are your thoughts on these AOs?
Well, especially for Terminal 1, if anyone does die there, they don't have to be carried too far.
Blue 4 is 556.
Could easily be...
Op 4, I believe, is going to be 545.
Thick stone walls. They hold up to small arms fire pretty well.
Yes, Op 4 is 545.
Of course, any vehicle can knock them down. I think 14.5 can pass through them as well. Sorry. Yeah, if they were to reinforce this, it could be good. And they'd also want to knock down the trees that are on the southeastern side. But yeah, they have great view from pretty much to the east, from east to west, looking south. With this like just huge open field and any approaches to the town of Pyrgos itself. They would be susceptible to the east and to the northeast a bit, but that wouldn't be too bad. It is very much, like you said, removed from Pyrgos itself, so it's a bit out there. I wouldn't be surprised if they let that one go and just reinforce terminals 2 and 3. This is uplink for terminals, so that does not have to be in any order. They can attack this any way they see fit. As far as Terminal 3, yeah, it's a good area. I just made a mission for TMTM in this area, so lots of, half-destroyed buildings just based off of the mission, because or based off of the map, I should say. But it is still very much clustered and dense. Pyrgos is the capital of Altus, so there's a lot of buildings, a lot of construction buildings, lots of roads, side roads, alleyways. If Redford doesn't play this right, then this could very much turn into Grozny for them in a way.
I think this.
Go ahead.
I think this AO is really interesting because Terminal 2 and Terminal 3 are the only 2 terminals that are in the defensive line of Blue 4, but it's only partial. So Blue 4 doesn't have time to fully set up a defense at any terminal site without there being an obvious weakness. So this kind of scrambles Blue 4 to worry, not worry, but just work with what they got at the terminal sites themselves. They still have a few minutes from Op4, but Op4 does have an easy SSR into the AO, so
and I believe
especially to Terminal 3.
Hidden, so Blue 4 doesn't know exactly where they're coming from. That's why you see them reinforcing to the east and to the north of Terminal 2. And I actually like what they're doing
could have
here.
been
They're not
here,
reinforcing the terminal itself. They're instead letting that be nice and open and building their own fortifications from scratch using the Ace Fortified tool on either side of it. So
yeah, they're doing their best.
Yeah, this isn't bad. It doesn't help that they just flipped over their reinforced gun truck with the 50. Eason is going to try and perform some armor magic. Let's see if he's able to do it. Dogs, you know, they're just putting up... Yeah, they need to... You see this, right?
It's the sideways turret. However, you can't move the turrets on things when the vehicles are past, I believe, 30 degrees from the ground. Unless the terrain is angled that way.
Yeah, no, this is...
They're going to hit it with the Humvee.
Or just... No, they have a script.
But it's missing 2 wheels. It's missing 3 wheels. Oh, they've been taking the wheels off. That's why.
They're making this a static defense.
Yeah, so they're just adding extra defensive lines here. Little firing holes out of the tires. I love it. But it's hard to make a mobile truck be effective, so I understand why they're doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. Would be better if it had...
But they can't fortify the graveyard, though. That's the one issue.
Because your head does kind of stick up. But yeah, all he has to do is just turn in, and that shields most of his head from any incoming fire. So we'll see what Neil is able to do.
They also have a little bit of a ramming bumper on the front of that Humvee there, which I think is a little interesting for, like, knocking shit over. You see that, too, right? On the M2 Humvee.
Oh, yeah.
Or the 240 Humvee, excuse me. Now, quick thing I want to note, just to chat. So, normally, Humvees do have up-armored glass. You can tell by the texture of the glass here, it's a little dirty, but it's meant to be reinforced. Same with the Gazes. Normally, it would take, like, an entire mag dump of a 5.56 or even a 7.62 rifle to break the glass, especially if you play something like Anti-Stasi with RHS. But FNF re-scripts all body armors in the game to have the same armor value, so there's no body armor advantages. And they also re-script a lot of the vehicle variables so that the glass is never bulletproof. A single 7.62 bullet will penetrate any type of vehicle window as long as it's not like an APC or something, and could potentially kill the driver. We've seen that time and time again. So it's just a balancing thing for PvP, but it doesn't always reflect how Arma is actually played. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, those things are pretty tough in most cases, but we have seen in the past some really good marksman shots with the 7.62 rifle just pierce right through the damn thing.
You missed nothing, Lord. We just changed missions because it was borked. Alright, I'll be curious to see where Op4 tries to put the attack line. I'm going to be curious to see if Blue 4 tries to fan out to defend Sector 1. Or, excuse me, Terminal 1, because it is a good AO, admittedly, but... we'll just have to see how things go. I think this is going to be a quick round, though. The terminals are all really close together. Op4, the only worry is getting out of the open area to get into the town itself. I think they're going to be able to do that fine. And maybe we'll see Op4 get in that far battle tower and potentially use it to overwatch if Blue 4 tries to fan out. But it looks like Blue 4 is scuttling Terminal 3 and instead is going to hold Terminals 1 and, Terminal 2 and push a group down to maybe do Terminal 1. So we'll see. It'll be interesting. And a frickin' Scandi Recon is ready to go. They're going to go north. Iandra just teleported out of the car and what... What the fuck was that?
Sorry, what happened?
Eander teleported out of the car in the sit-down animation and then just teleported back in. I think it was a glitch. You know when you use Ace to switch seats, it like has you do the get-out animation? I think he got into the vehicle in the sit-down animation with the scroll wheel, so it when he changed seats, it kept him in the sit-down animation, but it lagged him a little bit because of that he was in that animation. So it just made it look like he was sitting outside of the vehicle spontaneously, and then spontaneously appeared back into the vehicle in the sit-down animation. So he was just being a Buddhist monk there.
Reminds me of when you were playing Sparky's Up and you got out and almost got on the boats, but then you got teleported back in.
Teleported back, and I was stuck in the fucking...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pro Hunter almost sent Vagrant to space by bumping his ATV.
Yeah, I see that. They're messing around with those. Something I want to point out, though. Look at...
Real quick. I'll be right
Yep.
back. Sorry.
Okay, so I'll point this out while he's gone. Look at Flux and Mike's position. This is a notorious position in FNF. You rarely see it used, but this like hidden rooftop canopy of the slightly blown out buildings always throws people up. This is like the level where Scandi Recon like gets into trees and shit. People never check up here. They never think to look up here, and usually the Blue 4 guys are able to score a few free kills. I'm saying Blue 4 in this case because these guys are Blue 4, but whoever's using this strat is usually able to get a few free kills. It can just be a little tough, though, enhanced movementing around up here because grenades, if they land in here, it is almost impossible to dodge them. And I believe everyone is still on the multi last time I checked, so... if they're not, please let me know, but I probably won't edit it because I am being prone to the black screen glitch today, and I don't want to get black screen glitched when we are about to start the round. To explain what the black screen glitch is, it's if sometimes when you tab out of Arma, instead of tabbing you out, it immediately makes Arma go to a black screen, and if you try to tab back in, it just returns to that black screen, but you can still hear everything. It's just completely screwed your visual client, which is, you know, how we see the game on the monitor, so you have to restart the game. So, again, very rare bug, but with how rare all of these rare bugs are, seeing a rare bug is pretty fucking common.
30 seconds?
And Yash, how are you doing? Yeah, more or less.
Oh, and Yas is in your chat. Or Yash. Yep. Yas a hero?
Yash. I call him Yash.
Yeah, because...
But Op4 is mounted up, ready to go. We do have a strike team of sorts in that helicopter. It appears to be X-Ray. So X-Ray... $20, they're going to land on the northern island in Chilotesi. I'd be willing to bet they're going to go there, or they're going to go far to the north by the gas station and just have them pathfind in, or they're going to do something Chad-worthy. Who knows?
The island isn't a... Oh, actually, no, I'm going to say, yeah, that's a bad idea, because it's lower than the rest of Pyrgos.
Yeah.
And there is negative cover on that fucking island.
Set my game to windowed or borderless. The issue with setting your game as windowed or borderless is it loses performance when you stream it. Otherwise, I'd have a lot more things as windowed or borderless. But I have a lot more frame hiccups when I use OBS on a windowless or borderless thing. So it's just a risk I take. But I've got everything on SSD, so it boots faster in case. Yeah.
No, you just got quiet. I was talking to someone in my chat, but yes.
Yeah, no, I was talking to someone on my chat too. We were talking about, like, if you set your game to windowed borderless, it fucks with things. But anyway, Alpha rushing down into the tower.
4AB, oh no, Foika. I think Foika saw the incoming BTR, but did the incoming BTR see them? Yes, I think they did, because they have stopped, and now they are...
Cullen's now in the tower on his own.
Oh, yes, but no, that's good, because if Foika stayed there, that would get both of them killed. Now Cullen, I don't think they know that Cullen is here. What is Cullen?
Yep.
He is a medic. Okay, well, I was hoping that he'd be AT or something, but no, he's a medic, which means...
he's going to get in the back line.
Yeah. Pads. Well, now, yeah, the trucks are coming through. The trucks are actually bypassing the BTRs, which I would not approve
Actually,
of.
I'm going to use the $3,000 I made from GameStop to
why would they go with the...
spoil Bloodwing on her birthday in a week, but we'll see. All right, so Op4 rushed into this town as I figured they would. We do have... it's all moved past Colin, so Colin might be able to flank on the river. One Op4 group is getting out and might go in to check everything. Actually, they have an up-armored Gaz. I didn't notice that. So they do have a PKM Gaz there. Or would that technically...
on it is,
would that technically be a PKT, though?
Yes, that would be a PKT.
All right, yeah.
Spending monies.
M means mobile for PKM, T means turret. Crap, what did that donation message say? I completely I completely let that gloss over my head. I apologize, but thank you for the 50 spot. I'll address it when the op ends.
We have countermeasures going out on the eastern side near...
Yep, they're trying to cover themselves.
And actually, yeah, they haven't reinforced Terminal 3 or Terminal 1 at all. They're going all in on Terminal 2. So now the smoke's been popped, that should see a change of attention.
Real quick, interesting enough, Op4 deployed X-Ray and Command to the eastern side, but Blue 4 X-Ray was close enough to hear the chopper, and they're sending up, and the X-Rays are going to be able to fight each other on a random hill way outside the AO. So Cullen here got completely bypassed. He might be able to get some recon data in.
Indigo rushes up. He stops at the peak of this hill.
Sniper war, exactly.
We've seen Vagrant and Pro Hunter, and Shortboy also crossing that same kind of opening, but no one is looking that way.
Oh, this is rich.
Plain view of each other as they cross over they cross the crest of the same fucking hill. No one looks to their left or to their right.
Here's what I'm betting. Blue 4 is going to take out that last guy, which is Bassbeard, and then they're going to turn around. However, Blue 4 is about to engage Lusode. Lusode hides in a bush.
What?
You're kidding me. No. No. Are you fucking kidding me? No way.
Oh my god.
No fucking way.
And now, but the only reason the Lusode's gonna get spotted is the Nuzzy, who for some reason got alerted to something and is now coming over here with his gun up behind his whole group. So he's gonna come over.
Did Nuzzy notice? Nuzzy, I thought he did. Yeah. Okay.
There's the sun. He went low prone, and now things have kicked off.
Oh my god. Well, the main forces are already engaged in each other in the center of Pyrgos, but I thought that was funny.
That was fucking hilarious. Are you fucking kidding? They both failed their fucking perception rolls.
Nat 1's on perception, definitely.
Absolutely.
Only for Op4 not seeing him, but thank God the fourth guy was there.
Yeah. Well, Blue 4 didn't spot them either until the Lusode, and I think he called it up. And the helicopter's flying back over, going to provide some air support for Command, because they obviously need to protect Commander.
Yep.
Now, the question is, what is Bassbeard going to do up in...
Ooh, Flux's battle buddy died up here.
Some kills.
That's unfortunate.
Yes.
50 cal firing off.
He's opening up. About to take out X-ray lead.
They're talking about
what's
shots, up there.
Which, I don't know if he has yet. Ooh, he did get a shot there. So yeah, Blue 4 X-ray is all but decimated there, unfortunately.
Yeah. So second BTR coming down that other SSR is actually holding, might try to do some overwatch, or it's trying to help bottleneck the X-ray groups, but instead the gun is focusing into town. But back at the X-ray fight, Nuzzy and Pro Hunter very close to each other. Nuzzy might be hearing that Medical Pro is doing, but I doubt Blue 4 X-ray is going to be able to get out of that one. So they still got Cullen on the southern side of the main Op4 force doing some recon in, but I think Op4... Did Nuzzy just eliminate Pro right there? Yeah, figured.
Yeah, Pros. Well, it wasn't Nuzzy, it was Kami Slaughter, Indigo.
Yep, from the back line.
So now it all is up to Shortboy, the medic. So
and he's hiding.
Do anything. Yep, and which is understandable. I wonder, though, if this red team up here is going to count the bodies and go, wait, there's 3, and there's the marksman, so where's the 4th? As I say that, Shortboy gets spotted in that bush as he's rolling around doing medical, and he's not going to get out of there.
Yeah, probably just going to stay pinned in that sector. Meanwhile, Op4 is developing a pincer attack. One of these pincers, which I'm going to call the eastern pincer here because it's on the eastern side of Pyrgos, is contending with Blue 4's main garrison defense. Meanwhile, the western pincer is still trying to gain ground and be cautious, but I think it wants to move to the northeastern side of town and then basically put pressure on Terminal 2. And we do have standards close to Terminal 3 here. So they'll have to go and touch that. Meanwhile, the BTR that McSwagger is in, I think they're going to realize that Terminal 1 doesn't have anyone there. He's probably going to get out. Someone's going to get out from that BTR and touch it, or they'll go up and grab X-Ray and Command and go do that. Shortboy went unconscious. He is getting struck by the air there. He woke back up, though, but I doubt he's going to be able to survive there. So I think Op4 is going to be able to take this pretty easily.
I think Pierce's gunner just got him. Let me check.
Nice.
It was Pearson Chief.
Blue 4 Charlie 2 is trying to move over to the 3 office buildings, potentially get some Overwatch into Op 4 moving in. But we got Galil and Lolo, the TSB combat duo, in a tower. They're going to start hearing that Vic moving up, though, and Galil with that PKM could do some pretty nasty damage if they catch Charlie 2 setting up. Otherwise, there's Terminal 3's hack at the church, initiated by Standards there. Op 4 moving up secure. There are 2 4IB guys close by. I don't think they're going to move into React, though. I think they're going to wait it out and let that be a sacrifice play. And eventually, Op 4 will have to send someone to Terminal 1, but I think they're going to leave that to X-Rank Command. Meanwhile, you've got some shots going out on the far BTR to the east, but Standard 556 is not going to do anything. They need the 50 cal.
Liru, I got to interrupt you. We're about to have a TSB Civil War. Galil and Lolo in that tower. Scandy's about to run right across the field that they have ready
That's
to go.
not good. Lolo looking out with binos.
Yep, Galil setting up with that PKP. They are absolutely spotted now.
Yep, they're spotted. PKP opening up. GL also lining up.
Nemesis drops down, returns fire along with Yanni. Naps runs to cover. Finn also returning fire.
Hyander putting a rocket up there for good measure.
Yes, great hit on it too. Doesn't destroy it, but it sends them fucking running.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any KIA for Scandy here.
No, I don't think.
Great reactionary rocket there.
I'm seeing some blood, so that's, I think Naps or maybe Nemesis did get hit, but other than that, really nothing.
This BTR, though, knows that Blue 4's over there now, and it's looking in that direction. You got a little bit of an infantry screen, though, but it's Charlie 2 with Hyander with that AT stick, and he is notorious for taking out BTRs. So I would not be surprised. Yeah, if Scandy Recon, it was Hyander that was hit, by the way, so he pulled the Moz out just to get them to pull back here. I could see them closing around, but who knows? Anyway, GBU just went off before the beeping stopped. That's kind of cute. And we got some 4IB guys now engaging with Op 4 here. Stenley and one of the 4IB guys just traded. Neil trying to come out to back him up, and he also trades with the Op 4 guy. Blue 4 does not want to be trading right now, though, because they have a 20% numbers advantage they got to contest with. But right now, Op 4 is in a little bit of a pickle because that pincer attack is getting flanked by Scandy Recon, who excels at these style of flank attacks because Galil and Lolo weren't able to score any kills on the Special Forces group.
I think it was Gores that just went down next to Wuna. Yeah, I think Gores just got capped.
But at this point, Blue 4 is not going to be able to go for time. They really need to get Scandy Recon working here to go on a flanking attack. But we now have air support coming in for Op 4.
Taken down by the BTR, or by I think it was by Galil, who's not enfilading firing on Yanni, who's trying to bring Hyander back up.
Galil does not have a kill though. Lolo doesn't have a kill either. So
Hyander wakes back up and immediately runs to cover, trying to find that BTR, but he needs to get into...
Yeah, they need to get into cover here, definitely. That BTR has lost its infantry screen on the northwest. Looks like they're having a little bit of technical trouble here as some of the crewmen get out, and now they're getting back in. Weird.
So yeah, I'm definitely with you as far as, like, Blue 4, they need to be proactive about this. They can't just sit back and let Red 4 kind of run scot-free.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that BTR apparently took a rocket. Flood's BTR took a rocket. Engine is smoking, but it's still moving, and it's not cooking off. That's not the cook-off smoke.
Probably took some fire from the 50 cal turret. You can see the gunner, he's actually turned in so he can stay within the shielding. But that 12.7 is absolutely annihilating this Humvee as it's trying to push into cover. Honestly, I'm surprised that this side was given 2 BTRs in air support against a single 240 and M2. But, I mean, AT's being a good balance here. That Flood is going to start cooking off in a second because you got that black smoke in the back.
Yeah,
there's the fire. Yep, that's going to be a catastrophic.
And they need to get out. There goes McSwagger. Flood's still in there. He doesn't know what's going on. McSwagger can't run away. Neither can Flood. They're too close.
And they're crippled.
McSwagger goes down. Flood.
There's the knockout. They could still wake back up, but it is unlikely.
Yeah,
I think we're going to see X-Ray and Command come in. They're going to touch Terminal 1, but Op 4, their attack has been stagnant at this point. I'm really surprised that Eastern Pincer didn't keep moving up. Western Pincer definitely slowed down by Scandy. It's just, can Scandi take the CQC to their advantage and nullify the Western Pincer? Because if they can, Blue 4's defense might be able to hold here, and we might see a turnaround of those numbers advantages, though. But I'm going to quickly count skulls. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 Blue 4 skulls with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Op 4 skulls, which is interesting. I'm going to look back. That's because no one on X-Ray is still on the server. So there should be another 4 skulls for Blue 4, so it's still pretty even, but Op 4 is definitely maintaining that number advantage. But I'm willing to bet Scandi Recon's going to turn it around, but they have some of their own guys to fight within TSB, Galil and Lolo, who have really been proving themselves tonight with these flank attacks. So I would not be surprised if they're able to easily counter Scandi Recon, because again, they originate from the same spot. We train them all the same shit every fucking operation. So I would not be surprised if Lolo and Galil can pinch these guys out. But Nafs, who is our, in-house PvP or King of the Hill man, he can also pull quite a few interesting maneuvers on his own, and that's exactly what he is doing right now. He is let off the leash, and he is going to try to run around and take him out.
And now we're seeing a lot of let's disconnect because this is the final round, so as people die, they're just going to up and leave, which is understandable.
But they'll join us again in an hour and a half for the NA branch, or go to bed, because it is EU branch, and it's going to be late by then, you know?
Yeah. Falcon does go down, Logan dies, oof. But she's these are big names.
Op 4 getting hit here.
Halfway through this fight.
Yeah. Nas was able to take out Galil.
Fred BTR suppressing Swola and Major.
And Yanni was able to take out Lolo.
Oh, so that whole thing has been completely nullified?
Yeah. Yep. Naf snipes Galil out there, and Gianni was able to pick off Lolo from a window.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
But they bought Op 4 time to maneuver on Terminal 2, and you do have the Eastern Pincer trying to close the distance here. They're doing a really good job, supported with the other BTR, which has moved towards the center of these two pincers, allowing for a massive infantry screen away from Charlie 2, which is the Maz, but Blue 4 still has some AT left to potentially deal with that BTR if it gets too close. There's the Terminal 1 hack. The helicopter
woke back up and carried Swagger to a house to bandage him up.
Op 4 air is down.
Where?
Look at Terminal 1. God decided Op 4 doesn't deserve its main rotors anymore and took them out.
Stone pillar. That's just enough distance, I think. Maybe he got a little bit closer to it and rocked back away, but
oh my God,
that's a big fucking F.
Lord, remind me when the round ends. I'll talk about that for a second.
Yeah, Cheese is just, I think Cheese is the one who actually started the hack, so at least he's being useful. But now he's shooting over towards Pierce.
So I guess God is on Blue 4's side by knocking out the main rotor there. That's an interesting and scary thought. But, I mean, Scandi Recon's on this side too, so makes a lot of sense. And they're starting to penetrate into Op 4's line here, and they could do a significant amount of damage because all of them are still up. So I think this is just going to be one of those rounds, again, where Scandi Recon is going to make the difference. However, it is also good that Blue 4's lines have held this hard. So we'll see how much damage Scandi Recon can do. BTR is in a good spot to keep penetrating. That's not the right word to use. BTR is basically stopping Blue 4 from taking some of their defensive lines, but it's not being followed up with Op 4's momentum here, as we're now seeing Blue 4 openly engaging the back line of Op 4 here. Flying Finn going unconscious because Stattenberg is coming around, taking a few guys out. Both Finns are down again. There goes Terminal 1 getting taken out, and pilots are going to be on foot with X-Ray and potentially move up here. But there is some open ground there. So, I mean, 31 minutes in, two of the three terminals down.
Well, that's mainly because the Blue 4 wasn't defending them.
Here comes Nafs.
Blue 4, I mean, with what defense they've had...
The elaborate wide flank.
Decent, honestly. Like... I wasn't expecting them to hold out nearly as well as they have been, and give credit to Scandi where it's due. But yeah, no, they're holding out well enough, but I'm not sure if it's going to last.
I'm gonna be honest, I think Op4 just lost too many men fighting with the Blue 4 garrison at Terminal 2, because I'm not seeing that elaborate two-pronged attack anymore. It's just kind of meshed into one flank that has its rear being harassed by Scandi Recon, and that has allowed the number advantage to start going to Blue 4. Ander just came in, got a kill on Mikey. Now Blade and Panzer are still in the rear. Some Scandi Recon casualties have been seen, though. Such as Nemesis is down in the street. Both Finns still bleeding out. So it's been costly, but Blue 4 has just been able to hold really well.
Ooh, and Az coming up and getting Panzer's battle buddy.
Yep, Blaze.
I think it was an element lead with that long range.
And Panzer's trying to loot his friend's body here. Az is going to come in and breach him.
Ooh.
And they trade. But Az could have, he can be medic back up though. And you're seeing some Op4 guys mobilizing. They're actually pushing away, trying to get into the fight here. Blue 4 not having a lot of infantry left, but they are holding these defense lines as hard as they can. The real threat though is that BTR. So they will need to try to find an AT solution here. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Oh, Pierce getting keyholed through the barracks building by the 14.5mm of that BTR, and his head is no more. Oh, what a nasty play right there. You got Hudson trying to sneak in with the gun car on his own with that PKT. I think he spotted Barton, but Barton saw that shenanigans and shot Hudson in the face right there. Good play by Hudson. Oh, that BTR is backing up, though. It's going to be in Neander's crosshairs. He has the Moz ready to go. Easy shot. And that is a Moz hit on the side of the BTR, and there's the black smoke that BTR is going to cook off. Fred realizes it, gets out right next to a grenade, though. Gets knocked unconscious for that action. G-Leg's now trying to run in. Another grenade going right behind Dream. And Dream and G-Legs are able to bail into the building. Hopefully they won't get taken out. I don't think that thing's going, the Vic's going to blow up and take out any vehicles. Structures, I'm sorry, I'm speaking too fast. But Az just in case is pulling away from that building in case the BTR blows up, but it is mute. I will say, I have noticed vehicle explosions don't blow up as many buildings anymore.
I know, right?
The damage has been nerfed on that ever since like 1 or 2 Arma updates, because it used to take out, that would have taken out the building Fred's next to, the building across the way that Az was in, aka Lone Survivor of Us.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely.
But they used to be a lot more deadly, but looking at the numbers here, Op4, as long as they start getting in the X-ray group and that marksman rifle starts doing damage, I'm not sure if they stole Blue 4's marksman rifle. That'd be really helpful right here. You just have Commands kind of chilling with some of the pilots as they work to try to get Nuzzy back up here.
Tarbuck's been down in
Blue 4 Command's flanking around over here.
For a little while now. They just found his body, but oof.
Yep. Naf's coming around where Harry Ord is. I think he's trying to listen.
Someone in Scandi just died. And whoever was in the street, I think it was Flying Finn.
Yep.
Yeah, Flying Finn is down.
Yeah, the Finns were conscious in the streets. That makes sense.
Oh,
but we got Corporal.
A fucking corner covered by rubble. Yeah, no, I don't think he's getting out of that.
Yeah. Unfortunate. So we do have Faultenty and Op4. He's pushed up with a PKM with no support, but a PKM would be a good gun to have in this position. We also are having T4 Christensen push up, just one-on-one with Swola there, but took a few hits. Dusty's might spot him, though. He's definitely looking around. Grenade gets thrown over because I think Christian hears those footsteps.
Valenti breaching into this southern compound.
Missed eyes on him. Hold up, Dusty's heard the medic, pushes up, shoots him in the back as Op4 is trying to cover him, but Dust is able to get away with that free kill. Nice.
Colin coming to investigate as Valenti pops out. Colin
Ouch.
See him, and Valenti gets another one. That's going to be his second. Sterling also unaware.
No, I think he heard it. Yep.
Heard the double tap.
Faultley might see him. Quickly folds away, but gets taken out. There's also some Blue 4 guys in the garrison, though. It was Gonzo also firing at Valenti, so I don't think Valenti would have been able to make it to that corner. He still would have been shot by the guys in the barracks. So good call for Blue 4 utilizing that barracks to overwatch the terminal site, knowing that the eyes on the actual terminal itself are not that good. And I think it's... Blue 4 has wrestled the number advantage from Op4 at this point. Just looking at the amount of tick markers I see, it's looking pretty even now. If not, Blue 4 has slightly more. So another issue here is Op4 is trying to make a massive push over an open field instead of taking the time to go more south to push in to reinforce that garrison here. I just saw one Op4 guy get mowed down. We're seeing another Op4 guy get mowed down in the open right there. A third Op4 guy getting mowed down in the open right there. Not a good play to make. Never want to cross those massive open fields next to enemy garrisons because you will get mowed the fuck down. Because advancing through smoke is not always the best call.
I think Carlson's on 3. Nuzzy's on 2.
I think Blue 4 is going to hold.
We got some pretty high numbers up here. And actually, look at the map. Red 4 has evaporated.
Yeah.
If Scandi can reorganize, I think it's actually just Nim and Az right now. Poor Az. If they're able to reorganize and start working as just a 2-man fire team, they could really do some damage.
Explosive trap going far northeast. It is mute, though. I'm going to quickly count something real quick. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 kills between Scandi Recon. So that's where Op4's western flank went in.
14 in the first round, too, wasn't it?
Yeah. Like we were saying, Scandi accounts for 11% of the kills per year in FNF, and this is the reason. But now Op4, they're making a large push into the terminal site. If they see that Blue 4 has that building on garrison, they might be able to flank to the west and go behind it and take it out. Or we might see some smoke grenades plays done to get into that shack. I think this is going to get pretty close. But Scandi is closing the gap.
Has a real chance here. Nim just got her third kill on, I think it was Stavenberger, actually. And now Red 4 is pretty well isolated. They have a 5-man group and a 4-man group, and that's about it.
Yeah.
You have Sterling now opening up that 249. Runs across the other Red 4 machine gunner. And
Blue 4 wins the fight and ran out of ammo in that fight as well. Nice.
Jesus. So, yeah, they're really doing work. And actually, yeah, now this 5-man group is already down to 3. With Candy, Firefly, and Grav, who incidentally are all actually medics.
Sterling turning out, but he gets tapped by Firefly. Oh, nasty headshot by Firefly there. That was a good play, though.
Definitely made the fire fly.
Well, Firefly got the kill, though.
I heard that, you motherfucker.
And you got Nimia on another kill. Firing up the street. That is her 5th kill. So, by the way, just to name these out. Yanni on 1 kill. Nafs on 5 kills. Flying on no kills. Iander on 1 kill. Nemesis on no kills. Azarai on 5 kills. And Nim on 5 kills. So 3 people with 5 kills in that group. And they're probably going to get a few more. And Op4 is just down to literally a team-sized element with 5 people. I thought there were 6,
barely,
but...
Yeah, barely even. Yeah, there were 6, but then Scandi struck. Lone Survivor, aka Az, is in the same building as Grav, so...
When you consider a team of people is about 5 to 6.
If he's not careful, then might give away his position. But yeah, this push across
full
the
squad is about 8 or so.
Down to 2. Nuzzy's buddy went down. Flood is still back there. He was one of the BTR crew, so he's only got an AKS. But I mean, jeez, this turned around so fast.
Yeah.
In Blue 4's favor. There's Gorgeous.
Jonathan coming up to fight Grav, but Grav wins that fight.
But
now you got Mike coming up. Another shot was just delivered to Grav as Grav jumps out the 2nd story window.
Out the window.
Cripples himself. Explosive goes up.
Nimia and Mike. No, Mike lives.
Mike is up, but wow. What the hell just happened?
That was some fuck Jason Bourne. That was some James Bond shit.
That was awesome.
The building blows up behind him. Oh, shit.
Nimia wakes back up. That was...
Oh my god.
That was a Chad play right there. All right, you cannot tell me otherwise. That was definitely a thrown satchel explosive. That was amazing. That was actually amazing. Sure, it didn't get any kills, but, I mean, it bought him time to re-maneuver. Like, good God.
Yeah, he could find a kill on Rory here if he's, well, now he's back in contact with Mike, and then now he's cornered. He could hop over that wall, but Az and Nim, I think they know where...
They want revenge at this point.
Yeah, they're gonna...
That was awesome.
Find a way around.
Directed by Michael Day.
I got a great shot of it, too.
Candy almost killing Grav.
Yeah.
And Mike just picked off some Op4 dude. Rest in peace.
Yes, that was the last person of their group. Yeah, at this point I can't remember who it was.
It's just so much crazy shit going on.
Over here to the east is Flood, who again just has an AKS, so he can't do anything at range. Candy and Grav are going to be the last bastion of hope right now for Red 4. And all they have to do is take this terminal, but with what contact lies between them and that terminal, I'm not entirely sure if it's possible.
Liru has been worse than Barb, I will say. What? Worse at what? All right, now we wait. Just some medicing going on. We still have 22 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, they're playing it slow now because they're in seer mode right now for Black.
Yash, if you have any suggestions, let me know, but I have everything optimized.
So they got some time to work with, but
it's the best that I can do. So
Flood, actually, I was mistaken. Flood is, he picked up the Red 4 marksman rifle from Bassbeard, and now he's getting shot at from Blue 4 Foxtrot, from Jay Smith. Look, he didn't have his head taken off, but yeah, so he picked up Bassbeard's rifle.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna be looking for some heads with that. So there's still, they have a
I will say I have been making more horny jokes than Barb this round. I'll say that.
Grav hops across the balcony as Rory goes down to the lower floor. Mimi coming in the back door as well, but Grav coming down these stairs, going to catch Rory out of position. And
Grav's taken down. I mean, that was textbook, unfortunately. Just attacked at two flanks there, yeah. Now it's up to Candy to come around, potentially get a kill, but Candy decides to go up the stairs instead and hold defensive.
Yeah. I think Candy actually got hurt and didn't realize it, so they're going to batch up their arm.
I think this is GG.
Flood and Candy. From 6 to 5 to 3 to 2. And was that friendly fire?
Did Nim just get taken out? Yeah, Nim just got shot by a friendly.
Nim just got taken out by a friendly.
All right, let's see if we see a -1 on anyone. Barton on 0. Smith on 0. Yeah.
Show that. Yeah.
Eason on 2. I don't know who just did that, but
they now have a very angry
don't you love it?
Lady on their hands.
Nim gets run over by friendly boats and drowns. Nim gets shot in the face by her own people. I mean, yeah, just another day at the office, right?
I have something that I could say to that last comment, but I like keeping my genitals intact, so I'm not going to say it.
It's okay. Nim can't hurt you. She's not here.
You say that. You ever woken up in the middle of the night to hear an angry Scotswoman in your closet?
No, but I've woken up in the middle of the night to see Bloodwing sitting on her chair over me on my bed before. That was an interesting one. Flood trying to bandage behind a palm tree. Will the palm tree save him? Flood's the marksman.
Yes.
On 4 kills. Well, no, Flood's a vehicle crewman, but stole the marksman rifle, and Flood is now dead.
Yeah, he's now dead, so the point is moot, but yeah, he...
Candy spotting Barton and getting some headshots in, but Barton... Oh, as I say that, Barton goes down. Sideways now, poking out.
Does he have an RPG? No, he didn't. Okay.
Candy didn't recheck it, though. Takes a few shots. No one's behind Candy except Rory, but I don't think Rory's going to come around.
No, I don't think Rory has a good angle.
Candy, I don't think, realized where she was, she was being engaged. I don't know the pronoun. I don't want to offend anyone. Candy's crippled, trying to walk back. My cat's also on my lap, demanding attention, so it's really hard to stream right now, but that's okay.
Claw Liru's nuts off again.
No, oh my... Okay, it is absolutely painful when she puts her back claws in my crotch, alright? Because they go through my pants, and they'll go right into my scrotum, and it hurts like hell, alright? I need to start wearing a cup while I stream again. Like, I can't believe I need to say that.
Again?
About a month ago, I would literally wear a cup because she kept jumping on my lap. Not even kidding. Because her claws would keep murdering my crotch, and it is painful, alright? Absolutely painful.
Bloodwing's job to murder your crotch.
You see, you were ahead on, like, being more, like, less horny than me, because I was making that joke on the pseudo round 3. But, now we're getting even there, Barb, so be careful. Be careful.
Well, you started talking about double-sided dildos. I knew I had to make up some...
Well, that's because it looked like that position, okay? You can't unsee what you see from Pornhub. That's besides the point.
Hey, I brought it up earlier in the stream.
Remember, this stream is rated mature.
Use Pornhub, you're a fucking normie. You need to get some better sources of pornography.
Well, no shit! Especially since they, did the burning of Library of Alexandria style with their content, but that's besides the point. Candy, under grenade pressure, doesn't know that, 2 people are on Overwatch in a barracks, but, I mean, what is this? A 1 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Candy sees the 240 and might get a shot on Smith here. Ow, Bramble, you little bitch! Oh, God, that hurts! Easton coming up, and ducks. I'm surprised Candy didn't hear those footsteps.
Oh, and all the fire...
Chad play by Easton. Easton getting killed, but Gonzo then puts some rounds in Candy's face, and that is GG. Blue 4 barely coming out of that. But, yeah, no, it was a good round. Oh my God, Bramble, you bitch.
Celebratory charges.
Stop it.
That is the end of EU FNF for January 29th, 2021. I legit almost said 2019, and I would have been very upset with myself if I did, but that is going to be it for us. We'll be back in just over an hour with the NA branch, which will be another 3 rounds of 120-player PvP with Friday Night Fights.
Yep. So Barb, I will, I'm gonna start doing the DM stuff about the Checkpoint RP for Thursday. I'll get that group chat organized.
That's a joke that you never told me.
And I will tell you also about that joke. Funny enough, Slushy just joined my chat too, so, Lamau. Anyway, perfect. I'll see you in an hour. BRB.
See you in, in about an hour.
Later, buddy. Okay, so 2 things. Number 1, Lord, thanks to the 100 bits. Have fun in bed. Oh gosh, that sounds wrong. I'm sorry. Good night. That's what I was trying to say. Dead Wingman, thanks for the $50. Little weekend spending monies. I appreciate it. I'm trying to pull some money to potentially rent out a movie theater so Bloodwayne and I can just watch movies all the time. Because it goes to a story. We once had a movie theater to ourselves during a snowstorm. But that's other story stuff. Quick note on YouTube. If Twitch ever permabans me, I will move to YouTube and we'll keep streaming as if nothing happened. However, I don't want to because Twitch makes up for about 50% of my revenue right now. Not including donations because it's YouTube plus Patreon across 2 YouTube channels that makes up for the other half. And I would not want to lose that source of income unless the abuse of the YouTube algorithm starts working in my favor and we see the revenue spike up. But I doubt it because my revenue died in January, so Lamau. But it is the backup option in case Twitch decides to be dumb, but whatever. So that's that. But again, I'm hoping with the part-time job that I can help alleviate some of the financial burden from doing all this full-time. So anyway, Bramble, hi. You wanna help me do my outro, sweetie? Come on, purr for me. Since you forced me to literally put my cup back on. She's such a good kitty. I'm gonna for one of the YouTube like posts for polls, I'll just put up a picture of Bramble on my lap, and we'll have some random options for that. But anyway, Deadwing, it's like a few hundred. I'll go look it up and see. And I am debating getting a cat cam too, but again, it's a lot of crazy things I want to do because, again, I'm trying to take this all to a hobby again just to have fun with it. So whatever I feel like doing, we'll go for that. Might be able to... Don't worry about it, Deadwing. I have I made money off of the GameStop thing, so I'm going to use that instead, and it's more than enough. So I'm just saying those are the plans. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. We'll be back in an hour for the NA branch. Otherwise, cheers, and have a good one.